can feel the wind between the clouds touching me. In the light, I feel the power of faith. In the dark, I try to find my way. Come around, listen closely. Feel my breath and let you fall with me. You can feel me, kiss me, fall. Feel me, kiss me, fall. Once the sun is gone, I will wait for you down the hill. Now I know that you have me until the end. Come around, listen closely. Feel my breath and let you fall with me. You can feel me, kiss me, fall. Feel me, kiss me, fall. Come around, listen closely. Feel my breath and let you fall with me. You can feel me, kiss me, fall. Feel me, kiss me, fall. Go on and go on. Go on and go There's something I hear in the wind. Sounds like a whispered voice who speaks some lovely words to me. Things about you and my choice. It seems we did well when we stopped the rain from falling. I thought it would be a delight to run out of my sight. Oh, 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 you're lost. Oh, 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 to me. Oh, 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 you're lost to me. a broken heart. Who knows, but you know now that all you ever try or do won't change the beat of my mind. I'm on the highway without bounds, happy all the way through. Oh, 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 you're lost. Oh, 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 to me. Oh, 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 you're lost to me. Oh, 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 you're lost. Oh, 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 to me. Oh, 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 you're lost to me. Oh, 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 you're lost. Oh, 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 to me. Oh, 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 and you're lost to me. Oh, 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 you're lost. Oh, 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 to me. Oh, 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 you're lost to me.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Eric Dewey.
And I'm Steve-O.
I'm Matthew.
And we are Socially Awkward. Joining us tonight in studio is the amazingly talented comedian Kevin Elliot.
Thanks,
Kevin!
Hey, thanks for having me. This is great.
No, thanks for coming.
Amazingly talented. That's one of the
like
best
that?
intros ever.
Yeah, like that? I've been working on that.
Which was really weird
Eric's been drinking.
because Kevin just slid him a note with all the stuff written on it.
Yeah, it's
my
like, this
credits,
is
dude.
exactly what it says. It says amazingly but he spelled amazingly wrong, which is weird. But, that's cool.
That's all right. Hey, you know what? It happens.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes people spell things wrong when they've been, at a baseball game drinking all day. Sometimes that
Yeah, I
happens.
was about to ask you about that because I was getting worried because all of a sudden I was like, wait, Eric's been drinking all day, sitting out in the sun. I'm like, is he going to be here? Because usually when I try to broadcast a show, it never works.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had our we had team building exercises at work today. That was fantastic.
That was a team building exercise?
Basically, we worked half a day, and then we went to a baseball game.
Second year, right? Is that this last year?
We actually went. We went 2 years ago. We didn't
2
go.
years ago?
We didn't go last year, but we went the year before. Or no, I take that back. You're right. It was last
I
year.
thought it was last year.
Last year we went also. That year we went to the new Cubs facility. This
Yeah.
year we went to the Diamondbacks facility up at Salt River
Nice.
Fields.
I'm going on the
And,
14th.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's a nice park. It's
I've
a
never
real nice
been there.
park. And you know what? You can't tell it by looking at me, but there is free sunscreen everywhere. I just said, fuck sunscreen. I didn't think I would end up...
on my tan, guys.
Actually, what happened was I was like, I'm going to grab a beer. I'm gonna sit down with the group for like 10 minutes, and then I'm going to be like, I'm going to go hide in a corner or something like that. And I ended up sitting down. I fired up a game of Hearthstone on my phone, and an hour later, I looked around. Nobody else was there. And I was like... Hey, I just gained like 3 ranks, guys. Where you been? So, actually it was a fun time. I went and I found they had some Four Peaks 8th Street Ale on
nice.
tap. I had some of that. That was delicious. The sun helped speed that along, and I had a great little time there. And then hit about the 7th inning. My buzz was starting to fade, and I said, "Is anybody who matters still here? No, then I'm out." Go away.
So
dog.
do you feel like you had a good team building experience?
My team was built fantastically. No, it was good. We had lunch at work before we left, and it's always a good time when we can go do something outside of work. It was great because they gave us the tickets to the game. And they also gave us $20 in addition to it was supposed to be for parking. Well, I went and parked like far away, so I only had to pay $5 for parking, and I used the 15 for the first beer. So
For the first beer.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Stadium food and drink. It's like a third world country, man.
It's ridiculous.
Like, you can't get this anywhere else.
I walked all the way around until I found what I thought was the best deal. I got the souvenir mug.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like a 30-ounce mug, and you get it filled. The first time you pay $15, you get the mug and you get the beer in it. And they had the 8th Street Ale, which is a good. I think it's like a 6.5 or 6.6 ABV. So, in comparison to the rest of the shit you're going to find at the stadium, you're getting the most bang for your buck as far as alcohol is concerned. So I got that, and then it's $12 to refill. And it's all year long. You can get that refilled. So if I go back to another game later on, I can take that mug back and still get that refill.
Yeah.
So I tried to find the best deal, but yeah, it was $15 for that first beer, and then $12 a refill. And I won't disclose how many refills I got after the original.
Well, man. Okay, you get a 12-pack for $15.
I know, right? Yeah. Like if I could have snuck it in, I would have totally done that. Like I seriously,
you can get an 18-pack on a good day for that price.
I gave you shit about having expensive taste because I asked you what kind of beer you want, and you're like Stella. I picked up this 12-pack of Stella for $13 over here at the Food City.
Oh, I got a better deal at Fry's.
Which surprised me that they even carried it. Quite honestly, like I walked into the Food City thinking, are they even going to have good beer here, or is it going to be all Modelo and Coors Light? Like I was a little terrified that I wasn't even going to find Stella there. And not only did they have it, but they had it on sale for $13. It would have been a better deal had I been able to go to Costco and get it, because they got for like $23 the 24-pack.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been cold. So
whatever, man.
Because somebody threw away the cooler, I told them they could throw away.
Yeah, that thing was a piece of shit.
It was a piece of shit when I bought it. And
oh my gosh, man! You had it like taped together. Like you were like you have to pick it up from the bottom.
Don't grab it by the handles.
Or don't do it from the handles because one of them's already ripped.
It was one of those cheap, like cheapo styrofoam ones that's intended for like one use only, and it had already been through like 4 uses. So it's like by the time I brought it over here for a show I missed, like I was like, it was my week for the beers. I'd already bought the beers, and then something happened. I wasn't able to make it to the show. I'm like, well, I've already got the beer. I can't take it home. I got no place to put it. I got no space in the fridge. Literally, my fridge is filled with kale and sadness. I can't put this beer
kale and sadness.
That's sad.
You need a hashtag that.
So I'm like, I've got no place to put this. So I brought it over here in this cooler. But when I was putting it in there, I broke the handle off. Like a big chunk of the thing came off. It's one of those cheap styrofoam ones. And so then I'm at work still. So I'm like, what do they got here? They had the plastic wrap that they use to like wrap the shit in before they send it. So I'm like, all right, wrap that shit up in plastic wrap. Dropped it off on Matt's doorstep, and I was like, originally I wanted it to be a surprise originally. I wanted you to just like come home like, oh, hey, there's beer here. But then I was like, what if your wife comes home first and thinks like somebody left like human organs on the doorstep, just like this unmarked plastic wrapped together cooler on the doorstep. I didn't want there to be any confusion.
There's a weird package here, Matt. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I didn't want there to be any confusion.
I didn't think we got the house.
So I let these guys know.
The black market organs I ordered.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's that liver I was wanting. All right.
There's no shipping label on it, right?
You picked up the fava beans I asked for, right? Oh, man. So that's how my week was.
No, that's good. I'm glad.
I just like this week.
That's just funny because like you had like a team building. Ours was a retirement party for a potluck or whatnot. So which I love. We get an hour lunch, even though we've been having all the canceled flights due to weather problems. So I'm all like.
Right.
Don't we need to catch up? They're like, no, just take an hour. You're good. We don't care anymore. You're coming in tomorrow, right?
Like you're coming, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
No, my week's it's just been. I'm surprised I'm still like alive, just doing. I was telling Matthew last night after the band practice. I was all like, oh god, I'm like, I kind of wish I was still a temp. Like, I really don't like working in the real world anymore. Like fucking sick of overtime.
Do stuff.
Yeah, I know,
fuck, man.
They expect shit now. They expect results.
They're like, you have benefits now. Stay over.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Fuck.
Like, yeah, we kind of fucking helped you out. So why don't you fucking do your job?
We own you now.
But
that is sometimes how it feels.
Yeah, but I mean, as soon as I get those paychecks, I'm all like, oh, okay, that's
You're
fine.
like, right. Yeah, I do enjoy those paydays when it's like nearly twice as much as it was before with only a small amount of raise. It's like, how did I get I got like a small raise, like $1 an hour raise, Yet somehow my check is nearly twice as much as it used to be.
It's so weird. Well, it's funny because I'm
how poor I was before.
I'm all counting like I'm all checking all the I'm checking all the months where you get paid like 3 times instead of being like, I should stock money away or furnish the apartment. I'm like, PlayStation 4 in May, bitches.
Shit.
We're doing the 52-week savings challenge thing where you put away every week you put away. It starts out with week 1 you put $1 away, week 2 you put $2, blah, 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 until week 52 you're putting $52 away. Except we're trying to be a little smart about it because we're looking at it going, well, if we do it exactly as planned in December, we have to try to save nearly $200 and try to buy Christmas presents and do all that kind of shit. So it's like, instead of following it week by week by week, we're jumping around. Like, how much can we set aside this week? Like, so I've already taken care of week 52 and 51.
Yeah, go back.
And then kind of jumped around so that it's like if we hit a week where it's like, oh crap, we've got some car repairs or we got something going on, or like this last week where we had to fucking pay $1 billion to fix our goddamn dog. Anyways, we can fucking take care of that shit and like, okay, well,
is the dog really worth it?
No, don't even talk to me.
What's up with the dog?
The dog.
You're talking about your wife, right?
No.
No. Sorry.
I would have
love you.
said.
Sorry, I love you,
said
Amy.
that. I would have pointed out.
I have feelings for you.
No, we have a dog, and she managed to cut her leg on some bullshit in the backyard or something.
I don't know. We did find razor blades.
To the vet. Did I talk about this last? I thought I talked about
No, we haven't.
This
This is new.
This was like, okay. So we had to take the dog to the vet.
Eric's biography.
Okay, this week is all about me. All right.
Isn't it every week?
Yeah, pretty much. It's my fucking show.
Okay.
Anyways.
Let's see where we
So join Matthew and I next week for Moon and Fro in the morning.
Yeah.
So we took the dog to the vet, and the vet looks at it. After 3 hours of waiting in the fucking waiting room or whatever, the doctor finally, the vet comes and finally takes a look at her, and she's like, oh, yeah, it looks like it's pretty superficial. We'll take a look at it, clean it out, and we'll have the receptionist come back with an estimate. I'm like, okay, good. It's superficial. That sounds good. That sounds reasonable. Comes back with the estimate. The low side of the estimate was around $500.
Oh, my goodness.
With the high side topping up at about $700 for this superficial wound on my fucking dog's leg.
Was she bleeding crazy?
That was the problem, is that it wouldn't stop bleeding. Like, we bandaged it up, and it kept bleeding. She wasn't even hurt. She wasn't even favoring the leg. Like, she was jumping around like a freaking idiot, even with this thing. Yeah, like, look at me! Look, I don't care! And we're like, you fucking bitch, what the fuck? Like, seriously. But yeah, so it ended up being around $500 to fix this damn dog.
Oh my
and all they did was put a few stitches in her and like drug her up, so she came home like high as a kite.
She needed
and I'm
stitches,
like, can I have some of those drugs?
I'll put it this way:
$500, I should be high right now. You know what I'm saying?
Veterinary terms, superficial means I'm gonna fuck you in the ass.
Yes, yeah, especially at the emergency ER. Like if we'd have been able to go to a regular, if it hadn't been it was Saturday night. That's why. It was a Saturday night. And that's why we couldn't take her to a regular vet. If we'd have been able to take her to a regular vet, then it'd probably been like $100 and out the door. But we had to take her to the ER.
No, that happened to my the cat at one point because he gets when he gets a rabies shots, he has allergic reaction. So every time I take him, I was like, "Can you give him something other than this or something to counter it?" But when he first got
give her the flu shot instead.
Yeah, So when it happened, I was like, okay, we had to go down to another vet because it was like Friday after hours. So you go down to that, and the guy's all like, well, I don't know. We're going to have to keep him overnight. I literally looked at the vet and they were going, no, I already told you what the fuck's wrong with him. Just fix it. He's not going to die. And guess what? If he dies, no more cat food I have to buy. So where's the loss? And the vet was like, what? I'm like, really? I don't care. It's a cat.
You're like, I had to sign a DNR on this fucking dog. Like, are you serious? They're like, we're going to put stitches in, but we're probably going to have to give it some drugs. So you have to sign whether or not you want us to take extreme measures. I'm like, how much does that cost? If you have to give the dog CPR and shit, they're like, well, it can range from $600. I'm like, DNR. Fuck that shit.
Wow. Dude,
are you fucking serious right now?
I got two things. One, first of all, when your dog gets bit by something or has like some weird reaction, gets kind of sick, Benadryl.
Right.
And they'll be cured.
Right.
I found that out from a friend of mine whose dog got bit by a rattlesnake. Benadryl cure
Fucking
that.
Benadryl?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Does that work for people?
I don't know. I doubt it.
That'd be awesome.
Well,
shit,
it kind of does. You have to put the
Wait, hand me
Benadryl
those
in your
little pink
drink and be like,
pills?
I'll suck the poison out. Drink up, Bill Cosby.
The second
Oh,
one. second
Steve, I
thing-
got bit again.
Oh no, this time on my cock.
I keep,
Matthew, this was like in 2 hours.
I keep on stepping in the wrong places.
All right, take 2 Benadryls. I'll get sucking.
The second thing is, I have a Shar-Pei. Shar-Peis get sick a lot. And I
'Cause
came
they're
home.
Yeah, the wrinkles make them sick.
I
That's
think
how
it's
it
because
works.
they're Asian. But
I thought they were impervious to everything.
so
No, only in
Oh, that's
education.
just aging. That's just aging.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad.
Give them those miracle tonics.
I went. No, I got home from the road, and I came into my house, and my dog, like, it just smelled horrible. And we had a 3-story condo where we lived in at the time. And my girlfriend at the time lived there. She was taking care of the dogs, but she wasn't home. And so I come and smelled horrible, man. I go up to the second floor where the kitchen is, family room, whatever. And the smell got worse. And I walked into the kitchen where she had put the dogs, and my Shar-Pei was shitting blood everywhere.
Oh,
dude,
damn.
everywhere. I mean, the whole kitchen looked like she murdered 8 dogs and 4 humans.
That's extreme.
And so I was freaking out. I'm like, dude, I just got home. Now I got to run an errand. Like, it's late at night. So we had to take her to the emergency vet.
Yeah.
Right? And you're talking about getting raped with charges, man. $10,000 we had to spend on the dog.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude.
She was fucked. She ended up having some crazy parasite. They ran 1 million tests on her all night long. I had to hold her in like a comforter blanket so the blood wouldn't get everywhere. They put a water package in her back, like under her skin, and I had to make sure she wouldn't roll over on it because if she did, she'd die. So I had to hold her all like morning until it dissolved because she lost, like, dehydrated the whole thing. So now I look at that dog. She's still alive, but she's like way old now. And I
like,
look
you
at her, I'm
better
like,
keep
you're
on living.
expensive, man. I thought I paid a couple $100s for her to get you, but by the end of this thing, you're like a $15,000 dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
no. Actually, the
That's
worst.
fucking insane.
The worst.
Yeah, dude, it sucked. Dude, it sucked.
You know, it's the worst thing because we did the Banfield thing like back in the day when we first got Toby because Toby was a mess when we got him. The cat, he had like ringworm right off the bat, and it's like we're doing all this medication with him, and then you had to like bathe him, so now he's obsessed with water. But my ex was all, cause she's like, I don't know, his poop looks weird. His poop, I think there's blood in it. I'm like, I'm fucking colorblind.
You're like, I don't give
so
a
I don't.
fuck.
Well, so I'm like, I'm colorblind. I don't see shit. I mean, I'm seeing shit, but I don't see shit.
I see shit, but
So
I don't see shit in
basically,
the
she
shit.
was all like, "We'll take his poop, put it in like a plastic thing. We put it in the fridge. I have to take it out." You know, it's a bad sign when you show up at the vet with shit, and then they tell you it's like, "This is your last fecal examination. That's free.
This is the last one.
The last one that's free." So after
I
this,
like
I
the
would have
fact
to
that
pay.
you actually got any free to begin with. Like,
That's
I don't
what I
think
was
I
like.
got any free.
I'm sitting there going like, "Wait a minute! All this other shit was free, and now you're telling me after this one I'm gonna have to pay for his shit?" I'm like, "Then tell me how to fix it." And they're like, "I'll put some pumpkin in his food or whatnot." I'm like,
Some pumpkin?
It's a fucking cat.
Cats love pumpkins?
Apparently, I'm just like, I was
Cats
like
are
so
fucking peanuts
I was
characters?
so
I don't
baffled.
understand.
I was so. But the only thing that like paid off in the end was when he had to go get shots, and he was in the. This is the greatest thing I saw in the veterinarian. There's that little window in the back room. A dog went fucking berserk, and she was holding my cat, and he saw his claws. All of a sudden, the look on his face was just. And he dug right into her, and her face was just like, ah! It was just like, finally, revenge. Finally, Toby, you've paid off.
I got it.
Yeah. But
I would have paid your debt.
but I'm looking at my ex going like, really? I'm driving to the vet with shit in my car.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like,
Like
why
a
don't you do
Tupperware-
this?
Like, this is Tupperware
Yeah,
that
it was,
can never be used for food again.
oh, yeah,
You
no,
realize you
it
ruined
was,
this
it was
Tupperware.
like, yeah, it was like throwing away Tupperware. But it was
Yeah.
just like, I'm like, I've never thought in my entire life I would ever have to go to a veterinarian with shit in my car and be like, take a look at this.
Well,
Figure it out.
when we first got Embry, and she's getting her puppy shots and stuff like that, they did request a fecal sample just to check for worms and stuff like that.
Just bring the dog in and be like, just wait a few minutes.
No, I mean, they give you this special little container where you can pick it up and all that stuff. So I've had to give dog shit to a vet before, but yeah.
All right, high five.
Hey, all right. I told a
Welcome
little,
to the club.
I told a little story. So,
We're all part of the giving shit to a vet club.
Yeah,
All right.
hashtag giving shit to the vet.
so Kevin,
Yeah.
how have you been?
Yeah, really.
Dude, I've been great, man.
It's been a
Thanks.
while
I've
since
been
we've
great.
seen
Can I
ya.
take the mic out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do
do what
what
you
you.
wanna do.
Hey, do what
I
you
do
feel
it.
Freestyle it,
I do
man.
it quite a bit.
It's all good. Just pull. Just pull.
No, I
Just
know. I'm
carefully,
doing
though.
that, and I'm reading a
But-
text from my dad who's
Oh.
talking shit to me. It's fun.
Is your dad funny? Do you want to read it out loud?
He thinks he is. Man, he thinks he's great.
I think every dad
Does
thinks
he
they're funny.
Does he do
Eric.
dad jokes, or does he do just
Yeah.
jokes and he happens to be your dad? Like he does dad jokes. I love dad jokes. I
Dude,
love
then
dad jokes.
he's
dude.
for you. He's talking shit to me. It's so over text, dude. It's great. So, no, I've been great, dude. I've been having a lot of fun. Jesus Christ, he's still texting me. I told him, all right, this is what happened. I'll bring you in.
All right, yeah.
I blocked him from Twitter.
Okay.
So because I'd post something and look, everything I post on there for the most part is a joke. It's all bullshit.
Right.
And he knows I'm a comedian. I've been a comedian fucking ever. And he's still like, I don't know, that thing that you just wrote, man, it's like, is that for real? What the hell is wrong with you, man? No. So
140 characters.
yeah. So he just sent me a text. He's like, I'm just real curious on why you will block me from Twitter. So I wrote him an explanation just now as we're sitting there talking. I'm like, look, and I just took, because I tell jokes and you take them too seriously. Now I don't have to hear it from you. And he goes, all right, just to let you know, when I change my phone number, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to mess with you. And then I'm like, you stalk me. Like, my stalker's my dad. And he's like, the only person I stalk is our dog. Coincidentally enough, what we're talking about. And I said, that's not a fucking person. That's a dog. And he hasn't written back yet. The guy's just he's a crazy goon. He made me.
I was curious about that because that happens to me. I'll type something. I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. So I'll type it up because, you do stuff when you're a comedian. You put it out there. It goes to Twitter and stuff. Mom hits me back like, oh, you should look on the bright side of stuff. I'm
you
like,
okay?
it's a fucking joke. Like, I posted something that I thought was funny because it came up. I'm like, well, the relationship is over when she unfollows you on Twitter, blocks you from Facebook, and the restraining order should be the nail in the coffin. And then my mom hits me back going like, shouldn't worry about your ex. And I'm like, that had
Like it's a fucking joke.
like it had nothing to do. What? No. I'm like, that's why I have not followed you on Twitter, Mom. Because
Yeah.
her post is all like, blessed. Well, my mom would be the problem. I'd be like, I got cancer. And I could be serious and she'd be like, LOL. Like, and you're like, really?
You're like, you said everything you post is a joke, so I thought
Yeah,
that was a
that-
joke. I didn't get it, but I wanted to support you.
Yeah, man. He's a trip. My dad's a trip. They're very supportive of me, but it's funny. I think my most recent one was do porn stars grow old?
Right.
And my dad was like, how much porn are you watching?
And the answer is
that's
yes.
none
Have
of
you
your
seen Ron
business.
Jeremy lately? Holy fuck. Dude is old as fuck.
Do that? Like, I don't know, man. I don't.
Ron Jeremy, come on
He
now.
looks the same.
That is true.
But old as fuck.
He
Like,
always
shit's wrinkled
but he
now.
always looked old.
Like shit's wrinkled when it shouldn't be wrinkled anymore.
Dude,
like it starts
should
out
be proud
wrinkled,
that his
and then the
dick-
fluffer gets to work and it's not wrinkled
Nah.
anymore. Except it's still wrinkled even after the fluffer's done her job.
Man,
That's what I'm
if my
saying.
dick was that big and got wrinkles and you could see, I'd be like,
Yeah.
dude, that's what's
That's-
up.
No,
Legit.
I'm not dogging
That's
Ron
a
Jeremy,
roly-poly.
Yeah.
dude took a singular
Ron Jeremy
a singular
in
talent.
roly-poly.
He like took one talent. He's like, I'm ugly, I'm fat as fuck, I'm annoying, I got a weird voice, but look at this dick. I'm gonna make a career out of this, and he fucking did
And
it.
he
So
did.
kudos to you, Ron.
Oh,
Kudos
shit.
to
I
fucking
should have
you.
done that. Damn it. Wrong fucking route.
Yeah, Ron Jeremy and I have a shitload in common, man, except he's wildly successful and has a big dick. Otherwise, we're right there with each other, dude.
Right?
We have so much in common.
That should be an opener now. Be like, I should have gotten the porn star route. What was the joke I had in high school? Like they were asking, like, what college do you want to go to if you want to be a writer? I'm like, raised my hand. I'm like, what college do I go to if I want to be an Asian porn star? And the woman just looked at me like, you're not Asian though. I'm like, besides the point. Come on, work with
Which is
me.
exactly why I need to go to school.
I'm really good at cosplay.
Yeah, no idea. Except every time I showed up for an audition, they're like, way too big, way too big. I'm like, really? Because American women are saying not feeling it.
They weren't talking
They
about
say
that
it's
part.
Asian. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just assumed. No.
Anybody?
I
got
didn't mean
an
for
opener?
everybody. That's why I was signaling and not saying it out loud.
You
Because
can say it out loud, man.
I was
We're
like,
not
somebody
family.
give me the bottle opener, and like everybody stopped.
Eric, to be fair, we're not the Power Ranger show, so we have like 8 listeners
We have
right
no
now.
professionalism
what
whatsoever
a goddamn
here.
show, man. What a niche.
Holy crap, dude! Those guys.
Blowing up.
You know, no, seriously though, they put out a good show. The production value is high. Everything it's fantastic. But holy crap! Like seriously, I never expected that kind of boom. Like seriously, but hey,
I'm
I'll
doing
take it.
a VR Troopers podcast. Man.
All right.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that. It's a lot more successful than my Jeffersons podcast right now.
The Jeffersons.
Well, the fact that I don't watch any
are
of the
those the ones that move on up
episodes.
to the east
Is she
side?
home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you can
That's
shut
what I
the
was waving to.
Okay, you can shut the door then.
Like, oh, she's home. Close the door, quick.
Well, Eric
Well,
was just being.
I only did it because the dog could come in and out.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
VR Troopers. I haven't thought of that in a
What
long
about
time.
Big Bag Beetleborgs?
Ooh, I don't
that
really
is.
remember those Dinobots.
No, it was basically Dinobots, but
What the fuck are you people talking about?
We're talking about like late 80s.
basically what happened
toys.
is obviously Power Rangers was successful, so they did a bunch of spin-off series. VR
Do a
Troopers one
Thundercats
and
podcast.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Thundercats, ho!
Ho!
but and then there was a
Thundercats, hey!
But I realized that you realize they get lazy because I think
I wanna see that
the
one.
storyline Big Bad Beetleborgs was basically these 3 kids go into a haunted house and a ghost gives them powers, and I'm like, you guys were not even like, who sat at the thing going like, they go into a haunted house. I'm liking where this is going.
Okay.
Vincent
Okay.
They
Price.
find
There's
a
a ghost
ghost. Okay.
All right.
And he gives them powers.
Sold.
Fucking
What kind of
cool.
powers?
Sold.
Ghost powers?
No, it was like they all became their favorite comic book, which was Big Bad
Wait, what?
Beetleborgs. Yeah.
Why would a ghost give them that power?
Thank you. Like, you know, if you walk into
okay,
like
they would-
any studio right now with that idea, they'd be like, get the fuck out.
Here's what we do. I can instantly make this a viable concept.
Yes.
Instead of going into a haunted house,
Okay.
they walk into a haunted comic book shop.
Ooh, spooky.
Boom! I just fixed VR for everyone.
No. But yeah, I'm like sitting there going like, wait, this is all it took just to walk into a studio and be like, I got an idea, and everyone's like, fucking just do it. I'm like, now you walk in, you could have a legitimate idea with
You
like,
got teenagers in suits, right? Okay, sold. I don't even.
sold.
I'm not even listening to the rest. Just make the show. We'll put it on the
go
air.
for it.
Who made this show? This show sucks. Teenagers in suits that run a cotton candy shop? What the fuck is this?
Wait, there's a cotton candy shop?
I don't
well,
know.
you signed
Now
on to
I'm
it.
on
You
board.
didn't- you
Now
didn't-
I'm on board.
You didn't listen to the rest of the pitch.
No, see, before I wasn't quite enthralled, and then you said cotton candy shop, and I was
I don't like
all right.
cotton candy.
You what?
I don't like sweets.
Eric's Matthew actually is he's a popcorn guy.
I don't like it either. Oh yeah, he is. Holy shit, man!
Popcorn.
When I found that out, oh my god, man!
was
I thought
over,
something
man.
happened to you as a child.
It was over when you found that out. Back in the old office, boom.
Popcorn.
No, but anyway, so Kevin, things are good. How's Appropriately Inappropriate going?
Dude, the show's going great. Actually, it's the past few weeks have been exceptional. So we've had to do a couple things at once again. Yeah, they've been the guests we've had in it have been super interesting. We just did this past week. We released 2 episodes in 1 week, which we haven't done before. Sundays, which is when our show comes out.
Normal.
Yeah, normally was with Sam Flieger. He's a young comedian, so it was cool to kind of talk to him. I think he just turned 25.
Local guy?
Yeah, Phoenix comic. Been doing it for 2 years, so it was cool to kind of dig into him and just kind of see
Feel him
his,
out.
Yeah, his thought process and his angle to comedy. Being so much younger than I am, and most of the people that we have on the show, just 25 is still a young comic. And then the midweek show, the special one that we did was with Matt Stores and Chris Centeni, and then Nancy wasn't there for that one, so it was just us 3 comics.
Kind of like tonight.
Yeah,
Fucking Nancy. What the hell?
she's always got stuff to do.
Like, I gotta vacuum my floor that isn't there.
Yeah, right. Dude, with that $300 vacuum, whatever the shit it was.
I love when she said that. She's like, I got this one. I'm like, you have no carpeting. It's all wood floor.
Yeah.
Well, she needs a vacuum. Did you see the size of that dog? She needs
See
a
the
vacuum
size
like
of the
that.
dog?
doesn't-
I've written it like to the store and come back.
The
Like,
master.
I've gone into battle on the back of that dog. Like,
Okay,
seriously.
if
it's
anybody
huge.
saw the last piece of The Hobbit with the war pig, that dog was based off of it.
Yeah, I would believe that. I would believe that, and I haven't even seen it. So,
Well, all in all,
dog is all I'm saying.
we love you, Nance. Miss
We
you.
do, man. Yeah, we do. So yeah, the one with Centeni and Matt Stores, we started just doing a regular episode, and then like 30 minutes in, we realized the three of us have completely different comedic styles.
Oh yeah.
So like Matt does more of like a 1-line, 2-line comic, which we then Centenni actually said it made sense. He's like an absurdist narrator. So he comes up with things quick, tells the joke, and then moves on. Centenni's a storyteller, and I'm a bit doer, if that makes any sense.
Doer.
Yeah, so like my jokes and bits last, 4 or 5 minutes. Centenni's stories go, 7 to 10, and Matt, he goes like 45 seconds at the most. So it was cool, man. I mean, we just talked about the difference in styles and how we all kind of come up with our own comedic sense, and it's a great episode, dude. I listened back to it.
I haven't had a chance to listen to that one yet, so I do need to. That's on my list to listen to while I'm hawking garage doors this weekend.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
Yeah.
And then this Sunday, we just recorded last night with Paul Lucy. There's another comedian out here, and dude has like
it's a good episode.
A million stories, dude. It's 2 hours long, so it's lengthy.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, sit
You
back
didn't sign
and relax.
off. I didn't sign off on that.
Sit back and relax. That's probably gonna be the only 2 hour one we did because I just sat back and listened to this dude go.
Awesome.
And then towards the end we talked comedy, but I mean he's been through some shit.
Right.
So like to tease, man, he lived in Brooklyn. On top of his apartment was on yeah.
Just checking.
His apartment was on top of a mortuary and across the street from a church. And so he tells stories about
right
he tells stories about having to like help lift dead people.
Yeah.
Like
Did you get a break on
and he
that?
was way into drugs, dude. So it's like it's all kinds of stories. It's
So
great.
one time I was so high I didn't even know if the guy was dead or not.
Dude.
Didn't care.
I just wanted to lift him up.
He's like lifting him up, stiff as a board, stiff as a
Light
board.
as a feather, stiff as a board.
3 months
Light
later,
as a
not a
feather.
mortuary. It was a preschool.
Holy shit!
Jeez.
Preschools will take over anything. Have you seen this? There is on Broadway at like McClintock. There is a Sunrise preschool that used to be a hustler shop. No joke.
way.
Like I drove by and I was
Is
like,
that still the
Sunrise?
uniform?
I hope so. I'm like, I'll take my kid there, so I can drop him off and pick him up. I'll tell you what. I was driving by and I'm like,
Ew.
that's just a weird situation to turn like literally a porn and an adult novelty store.
No, just say porn.
It's a porn shop. To turn that into a fucking preschool, like I'm like that's just a weird repurposing of a building.
Yeah.
Right there. You know what I'm saying?
But that is one thing I do like about Kevin's show, though, is like getting all the comedians in there, and you do realize how many different styles everybody has, and just like how people go about it, and it's fascinating. You know,
It's fun, man, and it's cool to talk with everybody because even if you do have the same style, you have a different way of generating your comedy, where it comes from, how you write it, how do you perform it and present it. Like for instance, for me, I come up with an idea and a premise, and I just write down the premise idea so I don't forget it. But all my writing is done on stage. So I just go up and like 2 minutes before I know I'm about to go up, I put the act together in my head. And then I go up and present it. And then I just write from there. And then
So it's almost like you're improvising.
but not it's cheating improvising because I know exactly what
Well,
I'm
you got a
talking
premise,
about. Yeah.
but you don't have the exact words, so it is still improvisation.
Kind of until I get it
Improvisation.
down, and then after I perform it enough times, then
Right.
it's it's
No,
second
Then
nature.
it's just
it all comes out the
a
same.
bit.
No, it's always true because every
so
time
funny.
I'm in line with Kevin before we're going up on stage, sometimes he's always like, "I have no idea what we're going to talk about."
That's true. But yeah, man, all these comics, it's funny because we can get the people that you know and the headliners, but why? You've already heard them in a million other podcasts and interviews. There's so many comics in Phoenix that you don't know about that are just as funny, or they're working their fucking ass off and deserve to be heard from. And that's what our show does. And we're booked out through May of comics, and I think we're kind of done with the first round, so you've gotten to know them all.
Yeah.
And then we bring them back, and then it's more of, dude, let's get into some crazy stories. just have a good old time. We can talk shop and comedy, but we can also just have a good old time because, man, if anybody can tell a funny story, it's a comic. And if anybody's lived a crazy life, it's a goddamn comic because we do anything for the story.
Well, it's also that, like, they've already been on the show. They know how it operates, so it's more comfortable. They can open up more because, I mean, if you're just meeting these people, you know, you guys do a show and you're like, hey, you make a connection. They agree to come on. It might be their first time actually coming and doing something like that where they'll come in and be kind of guarded. Granted, you know, I mean, you're a very personable person, so you can, like, you know, people can open up, but like,
no, but even with that said, and do you guys get this where now at this point when somebody asks me to be on the podcast, I say no. And the reason being is because anybody that's done that has been the worst guest. They don't know what they're doing. Oh, dude, I'd be so good on your podcast. I'm like, all right, let's find out.
And then
it's the worst episode. They don't talk.
We've had that once where it wasn't somebody who asked to be on the show. Granted, we made the mistake of inviting them. It was a friend of somebody.
It was
who had
basically
been
a
on
friend
the
of
show.
a friend, and
it was somebody who had been on the show and had been a good guest. And they said, "Oh, this person would be a good guest too," and they were not.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was like you're asking them questions, they're just like they're shaking their
They're
head,
literally
like,
nodding and shaking their head. We're
it's
like,
a podcast. You have to kind of talk, which
like, this is
which is really funny. We probably told the story before. So we had Matthew on, like, for the first time because Matthew wanted to do. He hit me up. Matthew and I go way back to high school. He hit me up because he had the Fro Show, and it was great because, like, he comes on. We had good energy and everything. There. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then Matthew's like, all right, see you guys later. So he leaves, and then Eric comes up. He's like, yeah, I know he's your friend and all. And I'm all like how he presented it. He's like, yeah, I know he's your friend and all. You guys go way back. And I'm like, oh no.
I'm like,
and he's like,
this fucking guy.
This
right
guy
here.
had really good energy. We should have. I'm looking at Eric going like, you fucking asshole. Like, because I know what you were gonna do. You were gonna basically say no, and I was gonna be the one that had to hit him up, be like, yeah, not gonna work. It's like breaking up with somebody. It's like, how do you? I still want to be friends. I like you as a person. You know,
I wasn't even going for that vibe. It was more like, like I want to make sure that you understand that I'm coming at this from a objective standpoint.
yeah, but you
Like,
didn't present it like that.
But yeah, no, you were great. You were fantastic. That's what we
wouldn't know
wanted
it,
to do
man.
on the show. So it was
You
like,
wouldn't know it now. Sometimes you don't even know I'm here.
But yeah,
You know you're here.
That's why that's why we always like to have recurring guests. And if we have a guest that comes on that's been on for the first time, they nail it. We're like, we want them back and all that kind of stuff. But
speaking of the Fro Show, though,
Yeah.
that made a triumphant return today, didn't it?
It did.
It did. You
number
can check
52.
Woo!
Episode number 52 is available right now.
51.
It's 52. In the episode, I say 50 because I forget about the 2 that we did. But yeah.
bad.
Yeah, I get back. You know, I was just like, it's been a very long time since I've released any content for the masses. So, yeah, I was happy to get it out. And a couple of the artists that I featured on it liked it. So that's positive.
That's positive.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and you, if you're listening to the show live, you'll be able to hear episode 52 of the Fro Show here in just a little while. When we take our break, we'll go ahead and play that as the break. But also, you can hear it all by itself anytime at 4eyeradio.com.
Feel
on the
free to listen to it
Spreaker.com.
over and over and over again because I want to get past those Power Ranger dudes.
Yeah, so I posted. I don't know if you saw, but I had I hit up the artists that you had
I saw that.
featured. I hit them up on Facebook, and one of them liked the post that I posted on there, and the other one actually liked it and commented like, "Hey, that's awesome" or whatever. So that's good news.
Cool.
You know, none of them like, "The fuck you think you're doing?" or something like that. So
No, I know.
That was just me.
I know Yusef liked it, and like I said in the episode, we've been in like communication, and he's agreed to come on the show. It's just scheduling wise, so I'm pumped, man. I've got good ideas for the show. I just need to implement them,
Right.
and figure out how to do it. I mean, you know, Studio 661. I think that's what I'm calling this.
Studio 661. All right.
Studio
I like it.
661. It's still a work in progress, but I figured, you know, people come over and.
You need some fancy sound baffles.
No, but it happens.
like that.
So, like, when you get to a certain strive,
Megan's already got an idea, man.
Oh,
She
right
wants,
on.
she wants to put like, but not like just your standard one. She wants to get like decorative ones.
Oh, right on.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, they make fancy looking ones and whatnot. So
But yeah, no, that does happen though when you're doing a podcast. Like once you hit like a certain point, you're like, okay, what can we do different? Or like when the show starts, it becomes something completely different. Like later on in the episode,
Yeah.
like Patrick, for All White Tukey was hitting me up with a bunch of ideas. I'm like, okay, yeah, we can reformat the show. I'm like, we only did like 10 episodes because again, I'm on this huge hiatus, which is funny because I'm going that show's not coming back. That show's not coming back. That show's not coming back. I'm going to go back down to maybe 4.
Oh my goodness,
He
man.
throws 10 out the window and he's down to 4.
I was just going to say, there was a stint for a while where it was like, you would come back and be like, I got a new idea.
Well, the
You know
problem
what I mean?
is I have the ideas, but the problem is apparently finding co-hosts is a pain in the fucking ass. Like, I'm going to have Matthew back on for guest co-host for Arcade Bros
Arcade
when we
Bros.
come back because apparently, again, no one plays video games anymore, apparently.
I do.
Tell you
But-
what, hey, when you're ready to record that Hearthstone episode,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
there
have
for
you guys both on, and you'll just
Hell yeah.
well, except you will be all like, I was just playing. Wait, what?
Did you guys check out that mobile game I was telling you about?
I have not yet.
Heavenly Strike Rivals?
No, I have not yet.
That was the smartest thing I've ever done is make Matthew an admin on Arcade Bros because like he posted, I'm like, I've never even heard of this, and like how we put it up there was like he like tagged everything. I'm like, he knows how to social media.
Yeah, I tagged a lot of people.
No, that was good because I'm like, here's the story. Hashtag Fern. Everyone's like, was this written by a fucking 12-year-old? I'm like, yeah, that's what the state said.
Hashtag Fern. This dude really likes like foliage. Like,
No, I love the movie Fern. The Fern. It's the greatest movie ever.
You don't know. It could be good.
so you're still hitting up Scottsdale, Stand Up Live Scottsdale?
Yeah, I do. Actually, tomorrow night, there's this show. God, this is pathetic.
Wow.
I have a story that I've
it
told.
anyways.
I've told like 4 or 5 times, and it's like the worst story ever to hear. I mean, you guys will feel way better about yourself if you heard it.
Awesome. Tell
I don't
me,
know
please.
about that.
Maybe. You know what? All right, I'll tell it the second half of the show so everybody
All
can
right,
st-
all
it's it's horrifying. But yeah, tomorrow night, Saturday, at Stand Up Scottsdale in the side room, they're doing a bad romance show.
All right.
Oh,
Where
dude,
you
why
tell-
wasn't I contacted?
You tell stories about anything bad that happened, dating, marriage, anything in a relationship.
Yeah.
And they asked me to tell this story, and it's the last time I'm ever going to tell it. Then I'm retiring it because I'm such a horrible person. And you'll see why the second half of the show.
Those
Stay
make
tuned.
the best stories.
But yeah, man, and then I'm going to be back there April 2nd, which is a Thursday, right before Easter weekend.
Yeah.
With a couple buddies of mine, Johnny LaQuasto and Grant Cotter. They're headlining. Come out to that one. We'll be there all weekend, but the Thursday one is, we've already said, we're starting the weekend off insane.
Okay.
So we're going grade A, nonstop, partying, and having a great time that night.
Nice.
And they'll be on my podcast either that morning Thursday or the next day, and you can hear them. If you didn't make it to that show, you can hear them. And then if Eric approves it, we'll release it early so you can catch them and hear who they are and what they're about.
And everything. I'm good to release anything whenever. Pretty
Johnny,
much.
Johnny came out here earlier last year, and we did the side room at Stand Up Scottsdale and sold the thing out and just killed, man. He's so funny.
Is he a local dude, or is he's coming in town?
Yeah.
From?
He's L.A.
Okay.
L.A. Him and Grant Cotter. So look both of those guys up, man, because they're killers. They're really, really funny. And yeah, man, we're just that Thursday show. We're like, dude, this weekend this is going to be the best show.
Awesome.
Thursday night. So April 2nd, Thursday, come out, kill it.
4-2.
Yeah.
Thursday. Stand up.
Yeah,
Scottsdale.
really
That's what it's
need-
called,
Yeah,
right?
Stand Up Scottsdale.
Stand up Scottsdale.
Yeah, Stand Up Scottsdale, people. It's a great venue. They don't charge you for drinks, which is nice.
Yeah, no
But
drink minimum, no nothing,
I
man.
fucking love that. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's so good.
I don't know how
They
much
do
tickets
charge
are.
you if you want to drink. Let's
Well,
not
yeah,
like-
but it's not like a
People talk
requirement.
about
no.
Forehead Radio told me if drinks were free. No.
Yeah.
You have to pay for your drinks.
Yep,
but
but
there's
you don't
no
have to order
minimum.
them.
You don't have to buy a drink if you don't want to. Is the question.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
knew
like
that.
those places where you walk in the door like 2 drinks now. And you're like,
Dude.
but I don't want 2 drinks right now. Like maybe I'll want 2 drinks throughout the course of the night, but maybe I won't. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I hate that, but that's what they make their money off of. To be honest,
Yeah.
they don't make it off of door sales. They make
Last
it all off
time,
of
last time we
liquor.
were at Stand Up Scottsdale when we saw you, I had more than 2 drinks. So trust me,
they
they got
bank
their
on.
money off of me.
I know I need to get back out on stage again and everything because this motherfucker, every time I go out on stage, he has a problem.
Yeah, well, okay, it's not my fault. You're like, hey, I'm going to decide to go on stage today. You're having a house flood, whatever. It's
Okay,
not
first
my fault.
off, my stuff is like months in advance, so shut up.
Do you guys have Tucson listeners? Do you know?
I have
I'm
no
sure we
idea.
do.
No idea. If you're in Tucson, I'll promote this show too. A week from tonight, me and Brant Tobler are in Tucson at Sinatra's Hideout.
Sinatra's Hideout.
And
Hey, kids, hey.
I think
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, I think tickets are like $15, $10 or $15.
Holy
Same price as a
Sinatra's Hideout is a speakeasy to the fullest, man. To the fullest.
They got like secret passages and
Dude, you can do whatever you want in that place, apparently.
I'm gonna
Road
put
trip,
that-
dude,
I'm-
road trip. We're going
I'm
to
so
Tucson.
putting that to the test.
And
in
when
the front row.
Toby and I do a show, man, we do a show, so it's gonna be fucking
He's
fun.
beating off in the front of the audience.
Yeah.
And like
Cool
Kevin
thing.
said, I could do whatever I want. Go check with him. He's on the
But-
show.
but
He's on
pretty
the-
much.
He's on the billboard for crying out loud. He said I could do this.
Listen, it's as cool. So Tober's a buddy of mine, and he kind of said fuck comedy clubs for this round, and he's doing a 60-city tour in like 70 days.
Oh, shit.
Nothing but like bar shows.
Right on.
And so this place is small, and it used to be like 15 people could sit in there, and then they busted down a wall.
They moved
Yeah.
around a lot of shit. Now 16 people can sit.
Yeah.
So it's all
They
good.
busted
The
down-
tables outside. So
Now it's like 70 people.
Wow.
But the vibe, dude, it's just crazy cool.
Yeah,
and for
I
our
can
comedy,
imagine. It's
it
just
works. It's
close.
just going to be so goddamn fun, man.
cozy.
I can't wait. Can't
It's
wait.
cozy.
Yeah. And he's filming the whole thing. The entire 60 cities he's filming.
Oh, wow.
So he's got like 5 GoPros to just put wherever, hand to the audience, and then he's got 2 pairs of glasses with video cameras in it,
Like
so that
Google-
we can wear
Google
it
Glass
as we're
or
up there.
whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
And he's going to post it every week on a website. So whenever I'll
Is
let
it
everybody
gonna
know.
be like
Yeah.
on YouTube? Can you subscribe?
I think
on
so. I don't know what
that?
exactly he's going to put it on yet, but it starts. I mean,
When
next
you
week.
find out, let us know because we'll promote it on the
Yeah,
Forward
man.
radio
Yeah, for
page.
sure.
No, dude, that
Tucson's,
sounds awesome.
Tucson's the 3rd city
That sounds
that he's
fun.
starting at. So San Diego, and then he's got one in Phoenix at Monkey Pants, and then we're doing Tucson, Goodyear,
wait,
Flagstaff.
they still doing stuff?
I've heard
Because I
mixed.
heard-
I've heard
stuff
mixed
closed
reviews
down.
about Monkey Pants.
I
Have you
did it for the
performed
first
at Monkey
time.
Pants?
Yeah, I did it for the first time a few
Now,
weeks ago.
you did Monkey Pants once,
I
right?
have not done Monkey
Oh, I
Pants.
thought you had. Who was,
went,
was
actually,
it Mike? Was it Michael who did Monkey Pants?
Yeah, Mike. He was there the night
Yeah,
I went
Mike,
to. But
yeah,
yeah,
Michael Turner.
Turner's done it.
And
No,
he
no, no.
did not have good things to say about it.
he likes the room. He's the one that gave me the
thought-
spot.
No,
He set me up for
The
failure.
somebody came on and said bad things.
No,
about
that's
Monkey
probably
Pants.
me.
Okay, well,
I
fair
wasn't.
enough.
It wasn't so much as bad. It was the fact that when I went there, a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, you should check this out," because he, for some reason, he wanted me to mentor him and like doing stand up, and I was all like, "I haven't done stand up in 10 years." Like, okay, so I was trying to give him some pointers, and I
Those
went
kids
there.
do teach, so
Well,
that's what
like-
he was going.
So mean. You get up on. We're still waiting for you and Matthew to get.
I'm not.
up on
I'm not
stage.
trying to do or teach. So
But anyways, we went there and like we're listening to comedians, and the problem was it's like a lot of them had good material, they just didn't know how to deliver it. And then one guy, like, he went to the whole, like, he said a joke, and, like, people got him. He's like, "I'll wait for you guys to catch up." I'm like, like, don't alienate the audience. I'm all like, that's on you, buddy. Like, that's the problem. It's like, I'm trying
Maybe-
not to be
maybe
that
that's what it
dick
is.
comedian, but it does happen. Like, especially when I hear certain impersonations now, I'm like, oh, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah, but it
And
comes
I'm not-
off. It comes off like a dick, but you got to be honest. So it's not being a dick. It's criticism.
But that's what I was trying to explain to my buddy. I was like, no, they had really good material, just no one knew how to deliver it. And I'm like, and that happens sometimes where like I'll come up with something that I think is hilarious, but I didn't deliver it correctly when I said it, and people are like, and I'm like, shit, you know.
Yeah,
And,
but
you
it's
know,
also
there's
it's also a
tweaking.
learning experience.
Well,
So,
exactly.
like,
That's what I was just trying to explain to him. Is
yeah.
he's like, yeah, but don't you want, like, that was this big thing he said to me, and I'm pretty sure Kevin can agree with me. He's like, yeah, but don't you want comedians to bomb before you go on? I'm like, no.
No.
I'm like, you ever have to resurrect a dead room? It's fucking hard.
Dude, the other night, God, the other night I went up. The guy before me walked half the room. And what that means is people got up and left.
Who actually left. That's
So I was like,
hard.
cool, man, I get to follow this. Like,
Like you're like yelling at the people, come back! Seriously.
yeah, no, it's
Because
it's
basically,
rough.
you want that memento. You want
Yeah.
someone to start off the show, everything's great. The next night comes on, everything just keeps. Because all that's going to happen is it's going to build, and be
Once
better.
you're
and
already
better.
laughing, you're already in the mood to laugh.
But as soon as somebody hits something and it just kills the audience, like I've had that happen. Like I had to come back up. I came up on
that
stage.
happened when we were there, when we were watching Kevin that one time.
Mm-hmm.
That one guy came up and his jokes, like if I read them in text, I would have laughed. But the way he delivered them, we were both sitting there like we both cringed
Yeah, it's
when he
rough.
said them. It's like,
But it's-
luckily Michael
was
came
me.
up in between.
Oh, yeah.
No, you were fantastic.
you were good.
Every
Oh,
time
my
I've
God.
seen you, like I've seen you post like, oh crap, I went on stage and ate shit tonight. I've never seen
did,
that.
man.
The only
I
time
have.
I've seen you on stage, you fucking killed.
Thank
so
you.
it's great.
Which is really funny because everyone always asks me that. They're like, "Don't you?" It's like, "Aren't you worried about bombing?" I'm like, "Dude, I would love to bomb." And it's not like I want to bomb. It's like because then you can sit there and go, "Okay,
At least you have the
what?"
feedback.
Yeah, that feedback.
that
is like,
input.
okay, what do I need to fix? What do I need to do? And things like that. Like open mic nights is when you learn. Like, okay, I'm trying out new stuff. And that was like a joke that I tried out for the first time with making fun of George W. Bush with the painting and the Bob Ross thing.
Oh,
and I
oh.
came off of stage and people were just all like,
W is sacred. Don't you tread on. I'm just fucking around.
But I came off of stage
I
and
was
people,
like, wait,
and people
what?
were like
Oh,
looking at me
geez.
like, that was fucking genius. And I'm like, okay, well, that was the first time I did that, so I'll keep it, kind of thing. Because that's all you have to. You're basically just crafting, but it's like when you're doing like a showcase or an actual show, you got your jokes out and someone bombs, it's really hard to resurrect a room because then everybody in the audience is like, yeah, no.
Yeah, and you're right. Look, at an open mic, we talk about this on our podcast too a lot with comics because at open mics we see guys that continue to do the same thing that are also in their act, and it's like, why are you doing this now? You know it works. You're done. You're done with it. You know it works. It's in your act. This is an open mic, man, and we go back and forth. Like, I will go up stone cold, brand new material to try at an open mic because for me that is learning, but if you're not comfortable with like realizing that I could eat shit for the next 5-7 minutes, then yeah, go out and do something that works, that you know works to start out with, so you have that crowd on your side, and then
Right.
you can get a real reaction off of them with your new stuff, kind of pepper it in. But dude, I go up stone cold, and there's times where they don't laugh at all, man, and it's rough. But
I can't even like. I just can't even imagine. Like, seriously, going on stage. First of all, that terrifies me. Just the thought of it to begin with, and then the thought of going on stage, trying to tell jokes, and having nobody laugh. Like that's worth. Like I'd rather have people booing me. Like honestly, I'd rather
wouldn't.
have some reaction.
That's even worse.
I don't know. I'd like at least they like. Did you hear me? Like I don't want to be. I don't want to be that guy up there. Like, is this
No.
thing on? Like I don't
No.
want to be that guy.
But-
But like if they're booing, I know they heard me at least.
I will say this. I mean, Steven's 100% right that when you bomb,
Finally.
when you do bomb, really you don't want to ever bomb. Okay, but at
I
open
believe
mic,
that.
that's okay.
I'm not saying that.
That's okay if you do, because it's such a learning experience. You've taken what you had, and even if you think it's a great idea, the way you presented it, it didn't work. Okay? Now, it might not have worked for that crowd, but it might for another one. That's why you go up to do another mic and try the same material again. You have to be an open micer nowadays, man, you've got to fucking have some crazy self-esteem that you don't care
Yeah.
about anything and go up every night with this material and eat shit. Dude, I see a guy every week eat shit. I mean, he hasn't made one person smile yet.
That's hard.
And yeah,
But he's still doing it,
but he's
man.
still
He's
doing
it.
it.
Yes.
All right. So 2 nights ago, I'm hanging out, and he goes up, and other comics are in. We hang out in the back of the room, and like, Jesus Christ, here he goes again.
You're
I'm
like, this
but
fucking
don't,
guy.
but never quit, man. I would never tell that guy to stop. All right, keep doing what you're doing because eventually you'll figure it out, and if you don't, then all right, you don't. But what did you lose?
Right.
Except for
Exactly.
time.
That's a guy I want you to have on your show to talk to. I want to hear that.
Well, that's
he wouldn't be funny.
That's a great thing. That's a great thing. I told like Kevin and a lot of people because I do a shit ton of impersonations. So I'm like, if I start bombing, I just have to whip those out, and everybody hates that because they're like, well, fuck you. do. You got like an ace in the hole kind of
but
shit.
even with that said, so I've been doing comedy for a long time. I know tricks. So even when I go up and I'm eating shit, I throw a trick in that'll make the crowd laugh or giggle or smile just to engage them again. And I can
But
keep
how
working
many
new
times
material.
in one show can you drop your pants? I mean, seriously.
But that's, for me, that's how, when I say comics, go up with something that works to start out so you get a real reaction from your material. For me, that's what I do. I can throw a trick in to keep their interest, and then I go on with the continued new material. And look, when you start it out, it's so rough, man. Rarely do you pull out a new bit that just works. And even if it does, it's not going to sound the same a few weeks from now after you've worked it out a bunch of times. It's so fresh, and it stretches out, and you've got different beats everywhere. I'm getting nerdy about it, but
No, that's totally cool. I love the idea of the concept behind the comedy, because most people only see the polished. Most people only see the HBO specials.
Yeah, well, that's all they should
stand-up
see.
stuff,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, this is so perfect. Like, how do they just go out there and make this up, like, right off the top of their head? And the fact of the matter is, they probably aren't. Like,
Not at all.
90% of the time,
No, they bust
they've
their ass.
worked this shit
and
out.
they do the same set. It's funny because when I was growing up, I thought the same thing. I was like, "Oh my god, dude, that was so funny." Now, what are they going to do when they go on tour? They got to change every hour. And then I got older, and I was like, "No, it's the same hour
Yeah.
everywhere. It's the
Yeah.
same act. It's the same pauses. Everything you see is exactly the same everywhere." And you can't shit on that because look, you go to a movie. It's the same movie you see every time. All right? It's the same comedy act. Now you go see him the next time, it's like part 2. They
Right.
should have different material. That's my opinion.
in theory.
In theory.
In theory.
Some comics don't, and that's but
That's, I think,
I can't
right
say
there
positive
is
or
why that second incarnation of the white collar, or what is it, the blue collar comedy or whatever, why the second, like the first one was hilarious. The second one, like 80% the same shit. And then, like, they wondered why it didn't do well.
Yeah.
I'm like, but because it
But
was like
then-
80%
yeah.
the same shit as the last time. Like, it was funny then, but we've all seen it. We've all heard it.
and it's so you look at
It's just a different variation of
Right.
the same kind of. What am I trying to say? The same kind of like agenda or like timeline. Okay,
It was-
we're going to
some
start
of it
off with
was
this.
straight
boom.
up the same
Okay, I'm going to
jokes.
go. I'm going to go with the left hook about some like lady or something, like that.
Right.
So it's like the same
Incarnation.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like a guy like Louis C.K., who you can't compare to anybody. He's one of the best of all time.
Hilarious.
But if you go back, Louis C.K. puts out a new special every year, and he just ditches the material that he does. The second he records it, it's done. But you watch him, and you can watch each special, and you grow with him. All right, you know exactly what he's been through as a parent, as a person, with his kids, everything, and you keep growing. I mean, now his daughter, his oldest one's like 13, and you hear him talk about that and all these jokes. And the thing that I almost can't listen to Louis because I do my kid material, and I listen to that. I'm like, great. Now I can't talk about that because it's exactly the stance I have on
Right.
it. But he's so much more famous and better. There's
Right.
no way I can touch it.
Comedy is hard that way. Like,
No,
you
it
see,
is.
like music, like somebody does something good, and then somebody else comes along and is like, okay, I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to do it as a tribute. I'm going to sample that, and everybody's fine with it as long as you credit it properly, as long as you don't fucking pull a Vanilla Ice and be like, oh no, mine's totally different. That sounds nothing like Queen. No, it fucking sounds exactly like it, and everybody knows it. Just admit it. But you can't do that with comedy. You can't.
No.
You can't sample another comedian's work and be like, "Hey, everybody, here's my take on Chris Rock's
Well, that was
bit about
a joke.
the N-word."
That was a joke I came up with, but I've never used. It was just an idea I had. I was like, what if someone came out and be like, "Oh, dude, I'm going to do a cover of this guy's joke or something." It's
People
like,
do that when they first start out because they don't know any better. So they come out and they start doing old Rodney Dangerfield jokes and bits, and it's like, man, this Rodney Dangerfield. It's like, oh, I thought that's what comedy was.
it's like,
And
yeah,
it's not.
You're like, you can't get no
But-
respect that way.
But okay, so with
fucking serious.
that was funny. That's good. That was good. Bill Burr and a buddy of mine, Sam. They're two comics. They headline. They go into clubs to work out material, and they do their set and they leave. They don't do that to be an asshole because they don't get along with comics. They do it because they don't want to hear other people's material. They don't want to have their material cross or hear something and be like, God damn it, that's a pretty good idea. I want to do that. They want theirs to be totally original.
Right.
Now, I hang out at comedy clubs, man. That's what I do.
Right.
When I don't have my son, I'm at a comedy club. I hang out, I listen to everybody, and I get it. Because you hear somebody go up, and it's not, I don't take the material, but I understand that people can, because they'll hear a premise, and they'll be like, dude, I could do that way funnier. I'm going to come up with my own version of it. And when you're a headliner like that, it's like, dude, I totally get you just leaving, because you can't be around it. You just need to do your material.
Yeah, you can't
get
have
out.
that stigma if you do end up telling a joke.
Where music, you don't get that, because it's not like I'm ripping a song off of you. It's like you don't.
You can literally
open
say,
mic at a-
I appreciate that music so much, I'm sampling it, and everybody's cool with it. Everybody seems to be fine with it, and except for me when I bitch about everything. So like fucking Kid Rock, fuck you asshole. Dude took 2 great songs and made 1 shitty song out of it. Fuck it, fuck that guy.
You know,
Seriously.
he's sitting there crying because he listens to the podcast.
Seriously, fuck you. Know what, kid? Listen, Mr. Rock, I apologize if you're offended.
Mr. Rock.
But fuck you! Seriously.
You know what, kid?
Fucking Werewolves of London,
Mr.
great
Rock.
song.
Yeah, Mr.
Fucking
Rock.
Sweet Home Alabama, great song. Your bullshit, bullshit. Okay? End the fucking story.
No, but it is true, though, because that happened to me with, I was listening to a Chris Hardwick album, and I thought I came up with a joke, and this is like the first time I listened to this album. I thought I came up with a joke that I thought was hilarious. I was talking about basically a vampire's favorite time of the month for a woman is her period or whatnot. Because they
great. Yeah.
And then he had that same joke, and I'm like, I never heard it. I was all like, that's so, I'm like, so it can happen where you come up with the same idea without even hearing it. But now it's like you heard that joke, and I'm like, well, I can't use that because everybody that I'm pretty much is, I would say, my 2 fan base would probably listen to Chris Hardwick and be like, you just stole it from him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's happened to me even a couple times. Not even just once, a couple times where I come off stage and somebody said, hey, that bit you did about this is somebody else's bit. And I'm like, look, there's so many goddamn comedians in the country that, we're all doing each other's material.
Yeah.
How much more shit can we come up? What I did was...
It's just life, though. I mean, you know, like... Of course, everybody's gonna have similar like circumstances and
so this
stories.
is what mine was. This is what mine was. I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm just animated about it. It was around Christmas time, and my son was like, "Oh, I want this for Christmas, and this for Christmas, this for Christmas." And I was like, and then he opens his present or whatever. I was like, "Oh, we'll get this and this, for you." And he was all right. Anything that you don't get, Santa's just gonna get me. And I'm like, "Fuck, man! Like, how much money does he think fucking Santa has?"
Yeah.
And I get off stage, and some dude's like, "Yo, that's Joe Matarice's bit." I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like, first of all, yeah, but I love Joe. He's a great comic, but it's also a pretty generic bit where I even felt stupid about telling it. Where it was like, this is pretty fucking simple. But where I took it after that was, how early can you tell a kid they're Jewish, so that you don't have to buy them any fucking Christmas presents. So it turned a little bit different, but it was, dude, anybody can get off stage and be like, dude, that's this guy's premise.
Right.
Everybody's got the same fucking premise.
There's
That's
only
your ideas
so
that make it
many.
different.
There's only so many ideas, and then it's all about how you spin it from there. And as long as your spin is a little bit different, I think it's fine. As long as you don't go up there and like literally line for line recite somebody else's joke. Like I hear
what's the
people
deal with
complaining about like,
airports?
oh, this guy took this guy's joke, and I'll hear the 2
Not only
jokes.
is he stealing it, but he's
And
doing
they're exactly the
mediocre
same.
impersonation.
Yeah, it's like actually doing the impersonation of the comic who told it. Like,
Why? There's someone in razor blades in the bathroom.
that makes sense. But like I heard, even people who have been like, "Oh, this guy totally took this guy's bit," and I'll hear both jokes side by side, and it's like, okay, yes, they have a similar premise, but they're not the same exact joke, and it's very, very possible. Yes, this person may have heard this person, or this person may have heard this person, but even if they didn't, both jokes were funny.
Yeah.
Like I laughed both times. Like listening to them side by side.
Now, I
laughed
have
both
seen-
times. Like fuck, I don't care.
I have seen and heard jokes literally being stolen.
Yeah.
And that's
It does happen.
fucked up, man.
It does happen. I'm not saying it
sucks.
doesn't happen, but for the
worst is when you see it from the originality from a comic you don't know, and then a headliner takes it, and it's like, who are they going to believe? It's like, oh, well, we know the headliner, and they're hilarious, so I know it was them. Dude, I know some grimy shit that I won't ever talk about because it'll only put me in a negative place, but... I mean, it happens, but it probably happens everywhere,
right?
In any business, in anything, and it sucks.
I'm sure. I'd be willing to bet it happens more than we'd think. I mean, even in like we were you're talking about music and stuff. How often do you think somebody who isn't big, writes something and they're like, "Hey, this is pretty good," and they share it with somebody who shares it with somebody, and then somebody who is already big says, "Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm already big, so I can take this and do this, and nobody's going to question me." And this guy can claim all he wants.
Yeah.
He wrote it first, but who are they going to believe?
Well, there's also like sometimes you'll have people who write a really good joke. They'll be like, "I really like that joke," and some people actually try to buy your jokes, or you can sell your jokes to people.
Yeah.
So but then it sucks because you'll sell it and then be like, "Oh shit, I can't use that anymore." That's a really good joke.
But I'm okay with that because they, again, using the music analogy, people do that with music all the time. People who
That's
don't
why, to
necessarily
be fair,
have the
Kevin
name.
hasn't been doing well at open mic nights because I keep buying all of his jokes. So.
Oh, there you go.
And everyone's like, "Wait, he doesn't have a kid. He's not Jewish. His jokes don't make sense."
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Steve's making money now, and he just wants to go spend it anywhere he wants.
Basically, I'm like, "I'll buy you a joke."
I'm
buying
that
jokes.
joke. I'm never going to tell it. I'm never going to use it in any way, shape, or form.
I
But
just
I'm going to
wanna buy
buy
it.
it.
I wanna
so that
own
you
it.
can't use it.
Which really sucks. I really want to get back on stage just to do a bunch of Bill Cosby stuff now.
People are doing it.
I know.
Everybody's
It's a
doing
tough-
it. It's
Like,
the race.
zoinks, Mr. Cosby, what are you doing? You see, Shag and Scoob, I'm trying to bang Velma, so let me just put the pudding in her pops. Like, we're not going to solve this mystery at all.
I'm just gonna tell you something right now, Bill. Doesn't matter how much pudding you put in her pop, she don't swing that way.
Oh, she will swing the way that I need. I'll put the oatmeal on her face to make her walk around the premises.
What?
You haven't heard that shit yet?
Oatmeal on the
Oh my
face?
God! There's more fucked up stories coming out about
Yeah?
Bill Cosby. Yeah,
I love oatmeal.
well, apparently they do too.
He puts it on their
Oh,
face.
ooh, oatmeal.
It makes them walk around.
That's a good
He's done
that's a
some
good. That's
shit.
like a face. That's like a mask. That's like people pay hundreds of dollars to have that done to them at a spa. So like, why are they complaining?
Exfoliates.
Cosby's doing it to them for free. They should be happy.
Yeah, but they don't understand what's going on.
Cosby, they should be like waking up, going like, "Oh, I got oatmeal on my face."
God damn.
Bill Cosby just saved me $100.
My face is so smooth.
What's that?
Is there more in there?
Not in this box. No, we'll have to. You know what? I think it's
Maybe
about
it's a good
time
thing we
went
did
ahead and
buy two
we had and
disappeared.
I know, right? I think it is about time though that we go ahead and take a break. So everybody, we're gonna take a break.
Come
When we
back and hear my story,
We
man.
got to hear Kevin's story.
Oh yeah, teaser.
In the meantime, enjoy
of Kevin.
episode 50/52 of the Fro Show,
Yeah.
and we'll be back in just a little while, guys. Enjoy.
Bye. What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of The Fro Show. This is number 50. We're halfway to 100. Halfway to a century. My name is Matthew Renfro, and we're being brought to you by our Proudly on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. And this is a little independent music podcast. This is my show. This is The Fro Show. I like to distribute music to you guys, let you hear some stuff that I've been getting into, that I find online from independent artists throughout the world, here in the U.S. and Germany and Nepal and China and Australia and South America and Canada, anywhere I find it. So thanks for tuning in. It's happy to have you guys. Big news in my world. I bought a freaking house. Achievement unlocked. Expert adult level. Leveling up to 100. Give me some mana packs and give me a health boost because I just did the grand old baby. Yeah, it's pretty rad. Made my first mortgage payment and we are in it. We are moving along, trucking along. We're moved in. Now it's just doing the whole unpacking game. And let me tell you, moving is not one of my favorite things. I actually find it very annoying and frustrating. I tend to have kind of a short fuse for things like that anyways, but this one went pretty smoothly, and we just had to do, I was going to say one U-Haul load, but I take that back. I did have to go and pick up my grill. Can't forget the grill, huh? Got to do my barbecuing in the backyard, you know? But, yeah, so it went pretty good. Had some friends help us out, so I'm very grateful for that. And the backyard's awesome. Everybody loves it. Then we got a huge lemon tree and 2 orange trees and a grapefruit tree and a lawn and some flower beds so we can grow vegetables and and flowers and herbs and spices. And right now, Megan's actually growing green beans, which are growing like frickin' weeds. It's nuts. We also have grown basil and cilantro, so we can spice it up in our Mexican meals. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of offensive. I apologize, but no, things are good, man. Bought a house. It's crazy. So I don't know if you've been listening to the Socially Awkward Studio show, but kind of been talking about it on there. And yeah, so started a new job in September. For those who didn't know, job's going great. Had to get in there, get my feet wet, hit the ground running, but so far I haven't been fired from any of my properties, and things are going good. So 2 thumbs way up for me, and give it up for me. Thank you, guy in the back. I appreciate that. That's awesome. You were good. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've got a lot of brain ideas flowing in my head for this show, but rather than putting them off and not delivering any content for you guys, I figured, why not just kind of go back to my old format, get some music out there for you, get, an episode out there so people aren't like, what happened to Matt in the show, man? Like, I haven't heard anything. So I'm here, I'm around, just crazy busy, but, here in the Fro Show studios, I guess you could say, studio, that's in the making, but, I don't know, man. Things are going, so all in all, life is good. I'm happy that you are happy, and I'm happy that you turned into the show. So let's go ahead and jump into some musica, shall we? So this first band, it's actually a band from Arizona, from Phoenix. They're called Saddles. And I first heard about them, or actually saw them, back in December when they played for a local band that does reunion shows every now and then. It's called Slowpoke. And they opened for them. I was blown away. Great indie band from Phoenix. Their 2013 release, Shell Art, is awesome. Kind of wish they would have released it on vinyl, but I'll take the download and the CD. But I figured I'd play a track from you, or for you from them. This track is called Whiskey Summer. I like it a lot. It's got a good like pre-chorus, chorus hook, so totally dig that. But this is a Whiskey Summer from Saddles, and again, it's off their 2013 release, Shell Art.
Been drinking all day, and I've got some great ideas. Soaking in sweat, strangers and strange new deals. Each and every day and all along the way. Oh, we got a drink in each hand and a blurry view of the plan. And I know you like a heavy pour, just like your father did before. But your heavy pour's got you on the floor, and I know it weighs much more. Sweat out your way next to God knows who. And despite all our claims, it's every single day. Oh, we make pretend and we play, we call it all acting our age. And I know you like a heavy pour, and just like your father did before. But your heavy pour
that was Saddles with Whiskey Summer off their 2013 release, Shell Art. Be sure to go to saddlesmusic.com. It will take you to their Bandcamp page, and you can see their past albums and listen to all of Shell Art in its entirety. I highly suggest it. They're great live, and I totally dig that album. So do yourselves a favor and go and check it out. Support Arizona local music. Even though you don't live here, I do, and I would appreciate it. So next up, I actually found these dudes on Bandcamp as well. They're a two-piece punk band from Columbus, Ohio. They're called Good Shade. And there's actually a video of their whole set. They played somewhere, I don't know, but it was pretty freaking rad, you know, pretty good for just an iPhone video or whatnot. But I completely dig them, and the fact that like they're a two-piece just blows my mind. But the track is called We Think, and it's off their 2014 release, which is a self-titled release. And yeah, Good Shade. I dig these guys. They're fast, they're fun, and just get down with your bad selves. So yeah, this track's called We Think. It's good stuff, man. It's fast, it's fun, just like I said. So Good Shade from Columbus, Ohio. That track was called We Think. Yeah, go to goodshade.bandcamp.com to check it out. The first track on the album is called Not Bad. That's a killer one. It's such a great intro to their album. It's awesome. Yeah, definitely check it out. And I think that's the only one they have, so do yourselves a favor and pick that up. And yeah, so we got one more song for you guys on this episode, and this one is from Yusef Cabal. He goes by Yus, Y-U-S. I found out about this dude, so local website or news affiliate out here, New Times, I believe, did a top 20 like local music videos to check out. So I checked it out, and there was one up there for this track that I'm going to play for you guys. It's called 20 Million, and the video is just rad. It's all like animated, it's just drawing, and I think he did it himself with maybe an affiliate. It's crazy good. The track's awesome. So I researched Yusef Cabal on the internet and found out that he does have a Bandcamp as well. So I definitely went and checked it out. And his album Talisman. Talisman. No. His album Talisman came out in 2014 and was on there. So if you go to use, that's yus.bandcamp.com, you can order Talisman, and he has a limited edition vinyl on there. It's he's only got 500 copies, so I ordered one, got it in the mail. It's pretty, it's beautiful, sounds good. So again, definitely check this guy out. I've been in communications with him. He is agreed to come on the show, so we just got to get that all scheduled and get that on there. So I'm excited to have him on. But this is his track 20 Million, and it's off Talisman. So enjoy it. It's awesome. Go on YouTube, check it out. Check out the video because it's rad. And yeah, I'm just gonna play it. I'm gonna stop talking. Blah. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode, number 50. Just to recap, so we had at the top of the hour, we had Saddles, followed by Good Shade, and then at the end, we had Use. So be sure to log on to my website, froshow.net, to get information and links on all the artists played on this episode. Be sure to check them out on Bandcamp. If you would like to have your music played on the show, please hit me up at the website, or be sure to like me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. You can find me at Matthew Renfro on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram, every Tuesday I do the new album releases. Like today, March 3rd, we have the new Of Montreal album that came out. We have Tuxedos, which is Mayor Hawthorne and Jack One collaborated for that release. Bayside release Colt is the white edition, comes with 4 unreleased tracks. Who else? Jeff Rosenstock came out with an album. We got Lawtic, which is underground hip-hop. Echo Lake came out. They've been working on that album for a couple years. Ghost Poet, Kelly Clarkson came out with one. Noel Gallagher from Oasis came out with a new album. So be sure to follow me on that, because I like to let you guys know what's the new things coming out. And, I give my recommendations, and people seem to like it, so I appreciate it. And makes me feel good that you guys like it. So yeah, find me on social media, and be sure to check out all the other great shows and content on the 4 Red Radio Network. Got new stuff releasing every single day. So shout out to everybody on the network. Love you, support you, and I appreciate that you guys support me too. But it's going to wrap it up for episode 50. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you guys around. See you on the net, see you on the flip side, see you on the Wiggly Diggly. And, yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Ember's being a little whiny because she wants to go outside. So I'm going to go tend to my dog. See you later, alligators. In a while, crocodile. There's something else after that. I don't know. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
And we are back. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out during the break here for the Fro Show, episode number 52.
Yeah.
If you were listening along there. Matt took a little break from the Fro Show. He had real life coming up there with the moving and the buying a house and all that fun stuff.
Getting his
New
life
job.
on track.
All that shit that we don't have to deal with.
Getting my driver's license.
Yeah. I need to go take a new picture. Did I tell the story already? I was so pissed.
What?
Okay, so I went online. You know how you can change your address
Megan
online?
just got one too. So,
Right?
yeah. The new license.
Yeah. Well, okay.
But it's not a real ID.
Okay, so that's another story altogether. Now, here's
I'm
what happened.
debating if I want to change
moved,
my address.
Right, and I had one of the old licenses, and so I jumped online, and I was like, I need to change my address. And it's like, do you want a duplicate license with your new address on it? I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I haven't for like 3 different addresses I've changed, so I'm like, okay, this time I will. $12. It used to be $4. It's $12 to get a new license. I get the new license. It's all fancy and shit with like raised letters and holograms and all that shit.
Fake?
And then a day later, not kidding, a day later, I get my license in the mail one day. The next day, I get a letter saying, oh, by the way, your picture has expired. You need to go get another picture and pay another $12 to get a new license. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Now, granted, the picture that I have on my license right now is the picture I took when I got my license at 21, when I went to go get my
picture is when I was 21 too.
Yeah, well, but that was less
13.
time between now and then than it was for me. My picture does not look like me. Like, people like, seriously look at my picture and look at me and they're like, all right, this is a skinny guy with no facial hair, and you're a fat fuck with a beard. What the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck?
I'm surprised Denny cards you.
Yeah, exactly. I was weirded out too. I actually did get carded. I got carded today for this fucking Stella because it was a new guy cashier. And he's like, I have to ask for your ID. I'm like, all
Actually,
right,
it happens to
take
me
it.
when I shave. I have the goatee. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But as soon as I shave, they're like, let me see your ID.
They're like scanning it.
You look like a teenager on the CW. I'm like, yeah, check me out.
So I get
Vampire
that
Diaries.
letter saying I've got to before April 1st. I have to do it this month. I have to go take another picture, pay another $12 to get another of these licenses that still isn't real ID certified, which means I still can't travel with the damn thing. So it means when Arizona finally gets their shit together and gets their license, because they're going to have to.
Yeah.
There's going to be enough people who are like, I don't want to pay $300 for a fucking passport so I can fly to Nevada. What the fuck? So eventually they're going to have to make their licenses, Arizona licenses are going to have to comply with the fucking laws. So I'm going to have to get another one fucking then. I'm so pissed.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that, because now when I move out in a month, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep the old address for a bit.
Well, you can change your address online without getting a replacement license. It gives you the option. You have to legally, quote unquote, you have to change your address with the DMV within 10 days of actually moving.
Okay.
So that your file has the correct address.
I
It doesn't
didn't-
matter if it's printed
I
on the
didn't do that
license.
when I moved
Whoops.
back in with the parents.
As long as, like I said, technically speaking, and it's like, I don't give a shit. So, and I want to keep my organ donor registration and my voter
wait.
registration up to date. So I go ahead and change it.
Wait. You're an organ donor?
Fuck yeah. What the fuck am I? I'm dead. What the fuck am I going to do with my
Okay,
body?
first off,
any
we had-
parts that still work,
No.
take them and give them to somebody.
We
who can
had
use
a
'em.
deal. When you signed up with the 4i Radio Network, we get everything. So when you die, I want to be throwing your lungs at people on the street. Come on.
Well, I also
I want
have
your
it
eyes.
in my in my will or whatever
I'm
to
gonna put
donate
them
my
on my
body to
mannequin.
science. So
Creepy guy in the corner.
as long as you can make a case
Call his
that that's
eyes.
for science, then you were all good.
Actually, yeah, Eric, we were going to take all your organs and reconstruct it on a mannequin.
Speaking of eyes, Gotham.
Holy shit! Oh, you finally saw it. You finally caught up.
Yeah, but I haven't seen the newest one.
Oh, that's okay. You know what?
The last one I
That's
saw
okay,
was the Red
because
Hood.
The last one wasn't.
But
There
did you
wasn't
hear,
anything as shocking.
did you hear the
as that
rumors,
episode.
though?
No.
Fish Mooney apparently is not returning for season 2.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
That's weird. After
Dude,
you spent
'cause-
all that time.
Dude, because Fish has gotten badass.
Holy oh my god. I mean, seriously. Like, the guy's all like, okay, first of all, that actor who was the office manager or whatever,
Yeah.
that guy's fucking awesome. That guy has been like 15 different characters on Star Trek, by the way. He was one of the Vorta. He was an Andorian on fucking Enterprise. He was one of the Vorta on Deep Space Nine. Dude has been in like every Star Trek. He's an awesome actor. And so he comes up, he's like, oh, we're going to take your eyes, haha. And she's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
The only thing I was disappointed with, because I know they've been hinting at it for a long time for Arkham Asylum, but the problem I'm having, I thought when the guy showed up, it was like, oh, please drop the name. Please drop the name. It was a completely different name. I'm like, God damn it, when are we finally going to get Hugo Strange, you know?
I don't think they're ready for that yet.
No, but they've already teased a picture that he is going to be in Gotham.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, where is he coming?
Well, the thing with
There's
Gotham,
like
you
4
gotta,
more episodes, so
Yeah.
this season.
And the thing with Gotham is completely separate from all of their other properties as well. It's not tied in. Like, the only things they've tied together officially are Flash and Arrow. Like, Flash and Arrow
yeah.
are together. And then Gotham is completely separate, and all of the DC movies are completely separate. They've got like 3 different universes going in the visual media right now, and then they've got the comics all together.
Well,
separate
that's what I'm saying.
completely.
DC, if they're smart right now, because they're not linking anything together, just make it different Earths, like they did in the comic.
That's actually the one thing I like about Gotham is that they basically do have it separate from everything else. It exists in a time of its own. Like, if you look at try to place what time Gotham is set in. Like, if you think about it, it's like, okay, it's set in the past.
1992.
You think about it, it's like, oh, it's set in the past because Bruce Wayne is a kid and whatever. But yet, they're all pulling out their cell phones every time. They're pulling out their cell phones talking like the technology is modern, yet you look at certain things are dated. And it's really weird. Like, it's not set in a specific time. It's just set in the past, quote unquote. That's it. And it's whoever's past happens to be looking at it. So it could be, a 10-year-old could be looking at it and be like, this is in the past. A 50-year-old could be looking at it and say, this is in the past. It doesn't matter. So that's, I think, really fucking cool, actually. Like, that's the one thing I like about what DC's doing. Like, I wish they would tie their other TV shows in with their other movies and just leave Gotham alone, because I like what they're doing with Gotham, but...
Well, let's
TV
say this.
shows need
What
to
do you guys
fucking-
think about the new love interest for Gordon? Like, something's off with her.
No, fuck that! Fuck that! Don't you say a bad word about Marina Baxter-Rackarin.
No, something's
She's
wrong.
fucking hot as shit, and I don't care
Yes.
if she's playing a psycho. I don't care if she's a fucking axe murderer in her spare time. I don't give a shit.
Well, to be fair, she was
She could
Crazy
be on
Eyes
screen as
in
much
How I Met
as
Your
she
Mother.
want.
And
Yeah, and I would have.
and she's going to be the love interest in the Deadpool movie.
I'd be okay with. I'm totally on board
But
with
in
that.
Gotham, in that DC universe, something is off with her.
yeah.
That, you know what? As long as I get to look at her, I don't give a flying shit.
Well, now
she
that-
is hot as fuck.
Now that Barbara's back too.
Well, fuck Barbara. Fuck that blonde little bimbo bitch. She took off when things got rough, and she took off. How dare she come back and try to weasel her way back
Look at
into
this.
Gordon's
Look at
life?
this
Eric,
motherfucker over here.
Settle down.
Fuck that blonde.
Fuck her. Seriously, like, she's like, oh, I'll be with you through thick and thin. Oh, shit got
First
thick.
off,
I'm
yes,
out.
I would
Fuck that.
I would fuck Barbara. I don't care.
Well, no, I'm not
Anyway,
saying I wouldn't fuck her. Did I say that? Did I ever say that?
Oh my god!
I'm just throwing fuel to the fire.
Hey, I was just
man.
saying she's back.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Barbara's back. Back again. Anyways, no, I don't know. Something's going on with. Don't get me wrong. I like her. She's hot. She's a good girl and everything like that. But there's something. Well,
of course, there's something not right with her. She's in the middle of this universe. There's got to be something wrong with her. But yeah, I still want to fuck her. But Kevin promised us this story.
I know we're really like we went on to nerd rant, and Kevin's just like,
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say right now.
I watch Arrow.
All right.
But this is funny. He watches Arrow, but you don't watch The Flash, right?
No, I don't even know that's a show. But
It's The Flash.
Because I finally I'm trying to get into Arrow, but I can't.
He doesn't like Arrow, which is weird.
I love Arrow.
Arrow's awesome.
But I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
Okay.
So I haven't the third one's like I guess this one.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
This is
such
the third
a great
season.
show.
It is. It really is.
You don't like it?
I don't know. Like I watched one
doesn't
episode, I was
get
like, okay, maybe I should watch the back ones. But for some reason, I'm like, I can't get into it. I'm like, what
Dude,
the
it's
fuck is
so
wrong with
good.
me? I know.
It's
That's
got
what
the
everyone's
weird
telling
things.
me.
It's cool. It's cool. You don't have to. You should.
You should,
don't
man.
have to.
All right.
Well, when you
apparently-
talk about Gotham is I'm like, dude, if they talk about Arrow, man, I'm in.
Arrow's
What was the thing?
I'm
Caught up?
not up to date. So
I have a bunch of shit
You've only
that I need
watched
to
the
catch
first
up
2
on because
seasons.
apparently I still haven't
Which is still
watched
pretty
the
good,
Hunger Games.
At the third season, when I hear another comic's way into it, that's who got me into it.
Oh yeah.
And he's been watching. He's supposed to. Hey, Micheletti, give me the fucking flash drive with the third season on it. Oh,
It's on Hulu. If you have
Yeah, if he doesn't
Yeah,
hook you
I
up,
don't-
let me know because I can hook you up as well.
no, he had it. He came on my podcast, and I was like,
He's like,
bring
I
it
got
with
it.
me. He's like, all right, man.
He's all-
and then he came on.
Then
And
he
he's
put
like,
it right
shit,
back in
I
his
forgot.
pocket, and you're like, "Fuck."
That's the thing. Like when I watched the Flash episode with the crossover with Arrow and him, I was like, oh wow, I really like the Arrow show. But then when I go back to Arrow, I'm like, what the?
Oh, dude, he's such a badass, man. That guy.
I don't know. I think
Oliver
my biggest
Queen's
problem
dope.
is the fact that half of the rogue gallery that he's stealing from is from Batman.
It is very similar for sure, but I think that's why I like it because I really like Batman.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm a huge Batman fan, and I'm watching Arrow going like, "You cocksucker,
Yeah.
motherfucker!"
All of the
so
villains
similar.
that have come up have been villains that have been used in both worlds. So it's not
Really?
just
Fucking
Batman. It's not like, oh, hey, Arrow's fighting the Joker all of a sudden. It's not like that.
Okay, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, obviously,
Ra's al-
but that's only been recent. That wasn't
Doesn't
even
Hey,
in the
man,
first
stop
season.
fucking with me. I haven't seen the.
That was in the second season.
Oh, okay.
Ra's al Ghul showed up, and it was
Raj.
it wasn't fucking Liam Neeson. So you know,
I'm not nerdy.
What
enough
really
to even
pissed me
know
off,
that.
though,
I don't-
what
I
really
don't
pissed
know.
me off though is Arrow was all like Liam Neeson wanted to come back and play him, and they're like, "Fuck you."
no, well, because they didn't want to pay Liam Neeson rates, obviously.
No,
Also,
because they pulled
were
the-
trying to go for a younger. Because the guy they did get to play Ra's al Ghul is much younger.
I heard
So
he's terrible though.
You know what? I will be honest with you. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. As far as some of the League of Assassins has been less than stellar. I will admit that.
Do you guys watch? We've had this kind of conversation last time I was on. Do you guys watch the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yes,
Are they good?
I enjoy it.
Well, everything right now, I think it just came back this week. It's
just
going to
started
be.
again
It's going to
this
be.
week.
It's going to be gearing up for the Age of Ultron movie.
Yep.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
did anyone see that new trailer?
Yes.
I haven't seen the new trailer yet. I'm like
Oh shit!
I'm so behind.
It looks
on
I
everything.
like the Avengers first movie. It was good.
Oh, the second one's going dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That Power Rangers is going dark too, right?
No, that's a fan film.
Oh, did you see that?
Oh my gosh,
watch
the
it.
same guy. I haven't gotten a
didn't
chance to
follow.
watch it yet because it keeps getting pulled. Like every time I
Go
have
to
a
his
chance-
website.
No. I've seen the Power Ranger one.
Oh.
Power/Rangers is the short.
The Forehead
the
Radio
film.
Network has enough Power Rangers shit. I
But
brought it
that
up.
same guy who did that also did an
love you, Eric.
animated short feature of James Bond.
Trekkie.
Yeah, no, he's done a
fan
lot
film.
of stuff.
And I haven't gotten a chance to watch that yet because it keeps getting pulled every website I go to. I'm like, oh, I finally have time to watch this, and I'll pull it up, and it's like, this is pulled down for copyright. I'm like, fuck you! I want to see this goddamn thing. Like I've heard it sucks, but I want to see it. Like fuck, let me see it.
No, the latest. I think this is the last trailer before the movie gets released. But Age of Ultron, Avengers movie, they released the last trailer. It gives you a little bit more of a backstory, which is great because it has, Ultron talking, going like, "I was built to save the world, but now I'm here to pretty much correct it."
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Oh,
The way to save the world is to destroy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking cool.
Are there new Avengers?
Yeah, there's Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Vision is going to be in it.
Do they actually call them that though, or are they just really fast?
No.
No.
They're allowed. No, this is the thing. They're allowed.
Spells.
They're allowed to call them by name. They're just not allowed to refer to them as mutants.
That is so like I hate this division between the distributors because it's so stupid.
Well, I don't know. With the
like
whole
right now with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you've got Skye turning into Quake. Mm-hmm. You're like literally, she is obviously turning into Quake, but they can't call her that, and they can't call her a mutant, and they keep talking about these people who have changed and all these things, and they say change and they say transform, but they won't say fucking mutate.
Well, this is the thing, though,
off.
because things might change because since Spider-Man is now going to be in Civil War, and everything's going well with that. I mean, in Hugh Jackman,
are you caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I've never watched an episode.
well, then I don't feel bad spoiling this. In the newest episode, they're already sowing the seeds for Civil War. There's in the most recent episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's one of the people who has always been, like, oh, I love the Avengers. I love it, because they always mention the Avengers. The Avengers aren't actually portrayed in there. The closest you get to any Avenger actually showing up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is when they had Samuel L. Jackson guest star for like half a second. He showed up as Nick Fury. But they always talk to him, and this one character.
That's just a camera panning. It's like, hey.
No, actually,
exactly. It's pretty much it.
Actually, the worst part is it's basically filmed on like two separate screens where you can totally tell that Samuel Jackson is not in the same room with Agent Coulson.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
It's like we were in a movie together, but fuck you in the show.
Or they like walk by and it's like Coulson.
Yeah,
Fury.
Yep,
that's it.
But that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, they have had instances where one of the characters who used to be all like, "Oh, I love the Avengers, I love Captain America, oh yeah," and now she's like, "This." They won't call it a mutation, but she's talking about this is a disease. It needs to be eradicated. It's going to destroy the earth. Like she's like totally turned. It's like you can already see that tide starting to shift. It's like what side she's going to be on when the big.
Well, this is
war
the thing.
comes,
like
so.
Hugh Jackman already expressed interest that he would like to be in an Avengers movie. Also,
he pretty much said he'd play Wolverine until he dies.
Well, actually, that's the cool part.
I'm okay with.
Which is funny because they're actually now doing another Wolverine movie, and then he also said he wanted to do a.
As long as no one who had anything to do with that Origins piece of shit has anything to do with it, I'm
this is the thing. This is what I think is funny because he actually wants to have a cameo in Deadpool.
I would be okay with that.
Which I think is great
Wolverine
because
and
they've
Deadpool always had a great relationship.
They've always written some stuff where he's supposed to be running past like in an alley, Deadpool, and he sees a poster of Wolverine and he goes, "Hey, I know that guy," and then he keeps running.
Yeah, I would be totally okay with that. I love Hugh Jackman. I think he's a great actor, and I love the fact that he had never read a single X-Men comic book at all. Until being he got the job as Wolverine X-Men, and then he started reading the comics, and he got so into it that he even ad-libbed the bub line in the first X-Men movie because he read the comics and he's like, I'm reading these comics, and my guy says bub all the time, but I'm looking at this script and there's no bubs, so I'm going to put a bub in here because it makes sense. And it fucking worked. It was fucking perfect.
Well, and the funniest part about Hugh Jackman with that is the fact that he was not the original pick for that role.
Who was?
It was a guy from Black Hawk Down. Like I think
Josh
the main,
Hartnett?
the main guy in Black Hawk Down.
So glad that didn't happen.
This is what happened: is he got injured, and they're like, okay, so they casted the next person in line, which was this B actor from basically Australia that no one ever heard of, and now it's like you're sitting there going like, I can't see anybody else be Wolverine but Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah, and he's like you said, he has come out and said he will continue to play Wolverine until he is unable to.
Basically, when he said he wants to come out and do it until he gets to play Old Man Logan, I'm like, I'm on board.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with it because Hugh Jackman is awesome as Wolverine. So
best cameo with him was in First Class. Hey, we're putting together the team. Yeah, why don't you go fuck yourself?
That was awesome.
But anyway, speaking of dark, twisted past. You have a story for us. I was waiting for Kevin to flip the table and be like, shut up, Bob.
Damn it, I thought you guys forgot about this.
No, these carpets are new.
No, it's terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever done as a person. It's so weird to go from talking about all this comic book movie stuff and fun things, and then I've got this story that I'm telling tomorrow
Kevin,
night for bad.
if you haven't noticed, I'm really good at segues.
Do you need some background music for this?
No, please no.
Bow.
Dark and mysterious.
All right.
Play The Police Don't Stand So Close to Me.
So it all starts off one evening at a bar where I was drinking, having a good time with friends, whatever. And there's a good-looking girl.
All right. I like where this is going.
Yeah, no, you will enjoy most of it. So I go over and I start talking to her, and we start getting along. We hit it off pretty well from the beginning, just like because I don't know how to talk to women. I just don't.
No,
I can talk on stage, but I don't know. Hey, I'm Kevin, and please don't, dude. Please don't. So, anyways, talk to her, hanging out with her for like the rest of the night, as long as the bar's open. And we just got obliterated drunk, which I don't ever I rarely ever do get drunk.
Right.
We were way drunk. And she was like, my place is nearby. We don't even have to pay a lot for a cab. It's cool if you want to come and spend the night at my house. And I said, you only have to ask me twice. Like, if you were a hooker, I'd pay for you no matter how much it costs. It doesn't matter. And
It's a weird thing to say to a girl.
yeah, no, but she was cool with it.
It's a
I said
compliment.
we hit it off.
But okay, as long as it came off as a compliment.
Eric,
that's
you
good.
haven't been single for a while. That's a compliment.
So go back to her place. Now, when I tell you like we were both obliterated drunk. So I can only tell you the pieces that I vaguely remember, but I do know that it happened. I've never had a one night stand before. This is my first one. And we start hooking up the whole nine. We have sex. We pass out naked in her bed. All right. And that was great. Yeah.
Sounds,
all right.
sounds
cool.
like a good night so far.
Cool.
I'm like,
Sounds
I'm
like
on
a
board.
great night. That's
I'm
why
on
I
board.
said you'll love most of it. Now, I don't know how to say the next part. In the middle of me sleeping, I woke up randomly in the middle of the night because I shit the bed. And now listen, guys, like I have stop. Just stop, man.
But don't just glaze over that.
Okay, I have like IBS or whatever. All right.
Yeah,
Fair
okay.
enough.
So I randomly get ridiculous stomach aches and have to go to the bathroom, but it's never like at home. I never have it conveniently happen to me. I woke up in the middle of the night and I shit the bed. All right. Now look, we're both totally naked.
Yeah.
And she's dead asleep.
Shit hit the fan.
No, it didn't. Thank
Yeah,
God.
thankfully,
So,
there was no fan involved.
so
Did you dip out? Did you just fucking leave?
calm down, Matt.
I can't calm down.
I don't want you to jump forward.
All right. You shit the bed, dude.
Yeah. So my first thought is
Hey, Matthew, it was really shitty of you to bring that up. Okay?
Goddamn. All right, go ahead, Kevin.
my first thought was I'm laying in bed now in my own shit. And guys just passing beer bottles,
About this.
then
No, I'm trying to.
openers, and
That's
this
why I'm trying
music
to be
playing in
quiet.
the background, the ambience.
Oh, it was either
Yeah.
that or the Stalker song by the Police. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
so I said, "What do I do, man?" I just met this girl. It was a great hour and a half, which I'm probably embellishing. It was like probably 15 minutes, and we passed out, both naked in her bed, and there's shit now in her bed from me. I said, "What do I do?" So I did what any horrible person would do in their life. Jesus Christ.
What'd you do?
I took... God. All right, first of all, I cleaned myself up, which in order shouldn't have been the first thing I did. But I
would.
cleaned myself off. Shit's itchy.
Yeah, man, I'd be like, shit, dude.
yeah.
So the second thing I did was I went back. She was still passed out. So I took some of the shit and I wiped it in her ass.
No, you did it. Okay, keep on going. Oh, shit.
Oh my god. Okay, this is how I know you're a comedian. I would have done the same thing.
No, I love this. This is brilliant.
So I wiped it in. I mean, God.
Like all up in there, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I got her in there, and then I could have left well enough alone, dude. I could have just left at that point, but nope. I left a note on her door, that said, "You're fucking disgusting. I hope I never see you again ever in my life."
Oh my god!
Wow, you okay?
And I left. There's a poor girl out there that not only chose me for a one-night stand, but also believes she shit the bed and made that guy leave. So I'm such a horrible person.
You know what? I would say you're a lot more classy than what I would have done.
What
Because you
would you
left
have
a
done?
note. See, I would have done exactly everything you did.
Yeah, but I left a note telling her like
No,
it
no.
was her.
No, that's
Not
what I'm
only
saying.
did I put my shit in her ass,
no,
she now believes it's her because I left a note.
no, that's what I'm saying. You left a note. Me? I would have been like, woke up and been like, what the fuck? Are you serious? And looked at her like acting style with me, just going like, you shit the fucking bed. What's wrong with you? What the fuck is... I'm out. I am...
I probably should have done that, man. I would have felt like a better person at least because I could have seen a reaction and everything. And I don't know, man. I feel horrible as a human for doing it. But then again, what else am I going to do, man? I don't want her going out telling friends, "Oh my god, this dude I slept
I
with."
totally-
shit in
Well,
my
this is the
bed."
thing, though.
I was up with
This
this
is the thing,
guy
though.
after he did a comedy show, and
That's what I'm
shit
saying,
my
though.
bed.
You have a story that's talking about how shitty you felt. How shitty you felt after doing this. Her, on the other hand, she is not going to tell a soul that fucking story.
Good call, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it was a guy, if
she
a girl
happens to show up
did
at
that
your
to a
comedy
guy,
club.
she's telling everybody. That's the same thing. Like, oh, I slept with this guy last night. He had the really smallest cock. You know, that's what they talk about. No girl ever comes up and like, oh my god, he was the perfect gentleman. Like, fuck that. Women don't ever talk about that kind of shit. But like, this is your comedy act. You will tell the story, you'll retire it, it's done. Her, she will never tell a fucking soul that she was like, I think I shit the bed one night when I was with the guy. Like, she's never going to be like out with her girlfriends having a few drinks going,
I'm so
I'm
glad.
if she does tell the story, it'll be like, I went home with this guy who was so bad in bed, he made me shit the bed. But that's how bad it was. I needed to get him out of my house so
that's the-
bad.
but that's the
that I
problem.
literally shit in the bed to make
that's
him
the
leave.
problem,
I got
though.
another story about that too.
But that's what I'm saying. But the
leaving
problem with
my
that,
house.
though, is she says that story, then be like, so you did fucking anal? So that's the only way you fucking shit the bed.
Dude, I'm glad you guys are making light of it. I feel like a better person
Oh, I always make light of everything.
because I felt horrible, but I had no choice.
Yeah, of course. Like, how would you not feel horrible?
Hey, what are you going to do?
First off, you got to cover your
Fuck,
own.
man?
First off, you got to
Hey,
cover your
you
own.
shit the bed.
I know, you got to cover your
All
own
right, but look,
ass.
it's not the first time.
Fuck, man. Shit.
I've shit my pants many occasions. Look, this
Dude,
goes way
I'd
disgusting.
be like,
But I'm
whoa,
not-
fuck, man. Oh, shit.
Have you?
I
ever
don't know
shit
if
your
I would
pants as
have
an adult?
the thought
No,
process
never.
Talk to my brother,
to
though.
frame the girl.
My brother's done it a few times.
I've
and he
done it.
lets
At
everybody know.
At least once a year. At least
He's
once
like,
a
you
year. I shit
guys,
my
it
pants.
happened again.
Never have.
Have you ever been on that drive home where you got to shit and you're like standing up while you drive almost?
Go to
Foot on the pedal.
Go somewhere. Go somewhere.
No, you're trying to make it home. There's nothing better than shitting at home.
Well,
No, actually,
dude, I'll shit anyway.
I will.
Yeah,
I
I will now.
will counterpoint to
Dude,
that.
like-
Nothing better than shitting. at
Toby
work.
was using the
You're
toilet.
gonna get
Matthew's
paid
like,
to
fuck it,
shit.
go in the litter box. Doesn't care.
I don't.
Look, I don't know,
love
man.
to
It's the
shit at
worst
work.
thing I've done as a human. I
I
feel
took a shit at
horrible
Steve's
about
house and the
it.
toilet overflowed, but it wasn't my fault.
First weekend I moved in. I'm like, well, I got to go out and buy a plunger now.
Well,
Yo,
that
I
was your
clogged the
fault, though.
toilet peeing.
How was it my fault?
Because the
Because you should have had a plunger already.
no,
You should have anticipated.
didn't you put like cat litter or some shit? in
Oh
the-
yeah, you were flushing that cat litter.
Yeah.
Okay, first
That
off,
world's best cat litter,
Yeah.
not flushable.
No, it
read
is.
read the bag. I
Yeah.
bought that shit.
So
for
it wasn't
years-
my
for
fault.
a year.
no, because I haven't
Not
ever had a
flushable.
problem. It's flushable.
No, you've never had a problem.
Okay,
He's
first
telling
off,
you the story of the problem you had.
yeah, because
right
I
now.
okay, so
Flush sand?
no, it's actually like cornmeal. I don't know.
I don't know. But I read the box. I read the bag because I bought the same
Okay,
shit. 'Cause I was like, oh, I
flushed-
like this
okay.
shit. It smells good. Like,
Okay,
it doesn't
I'll put it this
stink.
way: I've
So I
never
was
had a
like,
problem ever since Matthew overflowed it,
Yeah, it was.
and I've been flushing cat litter down there for a year and a
You're
half.
gonna have problems.
Huh?
No, I haven't
Gonna
had
have a
problems.
bad
Dude,
time.
fucking wreck some shit.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Guess what, Eric?
Yeah,
haven't had a
buddy.
problem.
Okay, I believe you.
My
But I'm also
proudest
telling you
moment.
that you're gonna.
My proudest moment as a dad was when my son came out of the bathroom and was like, "Yo, Dad, I clogged the toilet." Like, that's right, you're a man now.
That's right. Hells yeah.
We'll show you how to fix
Oh
this
my
without
God.
a plunger because you're gonna need to know when you're in a
I've
stranger's house.
seen some shits come out of my kid that I was like, I would have cried if that had come out of me. Like, seriously. Like, first of all, let me teach you how to flush a toilet.
Shit has hit the fan.
Second of all,
kids.
holy fuck!
Second segment. Shit.
Like, I'm serious.
Welcome to Poop
Like,
Talk.
have you ever looked at? I mean,
Oh, dude, no, I look at
Holy
my
shit.
shit all the time. I get proud
like
of it sometimes.
I've had shit
Just
where
as
I'm
like consistent, like it
hurt,
stayed together.
and,
I'm like,
had
yeah.
tears in my eyes, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, that was
like
that
a-
was like.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that hurt so bad. It
Oh,
wasn't
man.
that big.
I was like, check out this boa constrictor.
I saw one of my kids, and I was like,
One
holy fuck!
One of your kids?
I saw one of my kids' shits. That I would have cried if it had come out of me.
Eric has 3 kids.
I thought you said
14.
I saw one of my kids. Shit.
I saw one of my kids'
14-year-old
shit,
daughter. Is that right?
but she wasn't that at the time.
Right. I'm just saying.
This was, a
14
week
years
ago.
old, man. You got to be thinking of like adult stuff about her now, right? I'm not trying to bring
Shut
up.
up!
I'm just saying because I'm stressed out about it now. My son's 6.
I know it is crazy. Like
Oh
she'll
my
like
God, that's just reminded me of
she's
a
at the
horrible
stage
thing
where
I
she's
did.
like talking on the phone for like hours with dudes, and I'm like,
Turn that music off. But it's so depressing.
yeah, she'll like be like on the phone.
Don't do that. Don't do it.
Oh my god, my dad is such a bastard. He's taking pictures of my
literally I
shit.
walked by her room and I heard her say, "I'm gonna punch my dad in the face." I'm like, I knocked on the door. I'm like, open. I'm like, excuse me. She's like, you left this water bottle in here. I'm like, I'm looking at the gigantic mess that is her room, and I'm like, you're bitching about one fucking water bottle? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I have a real
Like,
question.
fucking seriously.
Do
Sorry,
you
I'm fucking cussing a lot.
No, it's
I'm
cool.
Sorry.
You're a cool dude. So for your daughter being 14, like, do you have a really fun and good relationship with your daughter?
We do for
And
the
does
most
she
part. yeah.
kind of know, like, my dad's cool compared to whatever else my friends' dads are?
I hope so. Like, I've made it clear, like, if she, when she's like talked to dudes and stuff, like, I'm like,
She'll
in
never
there,
talk to
like,
me, man.
I'm like, I'm available.
Yeah,
she won't.
she
I
won't.
know, but I'm like, I want to make sure that I'm like in there.
Isn't that
And I've
shitty?
like taken like there was one guy who I like kind of took aside a little bit. I'm like, "What's up, dude?" I'm like, you see me?
Eric's like
I'm
polishing
6'6",
his gun and everything.
like 270 pounds. I'm like, it may not be all muscle, but it's enough muscle to fuck your little 14-year-old shit up. Okay, is what
But
I'm
it can
saying.
pull a trigger.
exactly.
Yeah. Nah, I don't.
Let's say,
funny.
guys,
I'm not afraid to go back to prison. Okay, is what I'm saying.
my parents always told me that too. Look,
I've been there for 3 hours.
You can
It was
tell us
tough,
anything.
but I'm not afraid to go
Fraudulent
back.
checks.
Yeah, that was for the driving on a suspended license.
But my parents,
Fucking
my
rebel.
parents are cool. And at the beginning of this, it's funny. When I was growing up, they said you could literally tell us anything, and we're there with you. And now I'm blocking them from Twitter. I'm 34 years old, and I'm still like, you can't hear it all. But now I'm on the other side of it, and look at my son. I'm like, you can legitimately tell me anything.
He's like, yeah, sure.
I'm not going to judge you. But he's 6. He doesn't tell me jack shit that I could care about.
I ate Legos.
But yeah,
like you.
well, that's
idiot.
gonna hurt. So get ready.
Like,
Yeah, that shit's gonna stink.
yeah,
Yeah.
when that comes out, and also, you keep those shit because those fuckers are expensive.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pull that shit out and you're gonna wash them off and you're gonna fucking
Well,
play
you
with
know
it.
how it feels when you step on one of those motherfuckers. Think about what it
Imagine
feels to
shitting it
fucking
out,
shit
yeah.
one of those out.
Yeah, and those are also like $5 a piece.
Shit, man.
So you're gonna fucking wash that shit off and play with it again.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even care.
most
Legos all you
importantly,
want.
though, like as a parent, I do want to hear from my child because as a comic, I need to keep up with what's going on. So when he tells me something, I got to be able to know what's going on.
Right.
The kids these days,
Yeah.
and be able to tell stories about him.
Minecraft? Is he into Minecraft?
No, he knows what it is, but
my
he doesn't
daughter is.
play it.
She loves the Minecraft.
Every time I leave for a show, I tell my son, I'm like, hey, man, I'm out. I had to go to a show. I'm going to tell jokes about you. He's just like, cool, Dad. I'll see you later.
That'll last until he's about 11, and he's like, "Stop talking about me." And then at 15, he'd be like,
He's gonna hate my guts.
He's gonna-
But
yeah,
I
not
don't.
gonna
I
talk to
don't
you.
want that, man. I want him to literally be able to tell me anything.
You know what?
Problem
And
is, though-
it's weird. My mom was totally cool. Like when I was growing up, like literally, like when I started being interested, quote unquote, in girls and whatever. My mom, like seriously, she was my first box of condoms came from her. She like literally bought me a box of condoms. She's like, "Here you go, in case." I'm like, "All right, thanks, Mom." I appreciated it, especially because she bought me like the multi-pack. She bought me like a 12-pack. I'm like, "All right, Like,
Yeah.
she thinks I'm gonna use these within like a 3-year time period when they're gonna expire. That's pretty awesome,
Dude, my dad, he sat down to give me like the talk, right? The sex talk. But he didn't really give me the sex talk. He more or less just bragged about how many women he slept with before he met my mom.
That's awesome. I like that. That's the way I'm gonna go.
Let's have a talk.
Yeah.
I haven't had.
Let me tell you about this one time I was getting blown in the back of a Cadillac. Like, what?
Wow, you just described
it was a
like what I'm
Buick.
going to have to
It was a
tell
Buick for
the
me,
kids
but-
that apparently I will have.
I hope you're taking notes because you're an extension of me, so don't fail me now.
Because I was like, my parents before when I moved back in with them, my dad's all like, "Oh, you haven't had that." I'm like, Dad, the number I would give you of how many women I've been with would fucking blow your mind. You would go back to cheating.
Dude, I can't. My parents have seen my sets. They see what I talk about, and it's personal. I mean, I tell thing about me. That's what it all derives from, I guess. But it's like it's still so awkward afterwards because they're like, "Man, you were really funny tonight." I'm like, "Yeah, that was all true."
You're like, yeah, it was hilarious, especially that part where I talked about hating my parents.
But
like,
I'm still
that
so
part
shy.
was hilarious.
I'm still so shy with them, and I don't know where it comes from or what it is. But I've always been that way, but I have
totally
no
know that
problem
feeling.
going up and telling everybody about anything about me.
to this day,
No, I totally. That's the thing. Like, I can get on stage, I can talk to a bunch of random people, have a good time and everything like that. But if I go to a bar and try to pick up a woman, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm
and
hilarious.
then with my parents, it's like I don't understand their humor. Like, I'll say shit that I think is like smart, intelligent, like above and beyond, like not lowbrow. My mom, the thing that she laughs at the most when I moved back home was like, "Get off my dick, Grandma." My mom thinks it's the most hilarious thing in the fucking world.
My mom is insanely gullible, so I like to fuck with her a lot.
Gullible's great.
Oh yeah, my mom.
A lot.
My mom does not know sarcasm.
The fact that there's a word for it, gullible,
Boom.
is so absurd for
My
people.
mom's like,
that
"How was
are
work?"
in-
I'm like, "Oh, it was great, Mom. We decided to stop work early and just have a huge orgy." And my mom's like, "What?"
she's like, hold on a second, I'm gonna Google orgy just so I can see what you're talking about. Oh my gosh.
Their songs are
No,
terrible.
and then she would come back. No, she would come back after she
Yeah.
Googled it.
90s
She'd come
reference.
back after she Googled it and be like, "You were being safe, right?"
Or early 2000s.
Well, I totally understand that
I'm
feeling.
over here
Like,
still thinking about music.
you're like, to this day, my parents,
Early 2000s
I'm
orgies.
pretty
Blew
sure
my
they
mind.
know that I smoked at one point,
No.
but I've never said it to them. And I've never told them. And
gotta play that
anytime
song.
it like comes up like at all, like I ignore the situation like it doesn't exist. Like I never smoked. Never. Ever. So
Well, it's funny with them. Like, I smoke at their house now because I'm a smoker or whatnot, and they were always like, "Well, you know, if you stop now," and I'm like, "You know what? Spot quit, and he lived to about 80
He still
degrees,
died.
so
Oh.
he had a good run." But it's great because
man.
my parents are like, "Well, we put an ashtray out for you. It was your grandmother's." I go out there, it's a fucking Confederate ashtray, and I'm all like,
At least it's not an urn.
that's what I would have done. It's like we put your grandmother's ashtray out there for you.
But I'm sitting there like
I'm
smoking
pretty
out of
sure
it.
This is an urn.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what she got
I'm
for
outside
smoking.
smoking, and I look down thinking, because how it looks, like the color, it looks like a Native American kind of thing. And you look down at it, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's the Confederate flag. And then you start reading, like there's something on it. I'm like, what the fuck?
This says, "I hate black people." Why does this say this? Like printed, like
I'm like,
in plain English.
Look, that's the thing. You start reading it, I'm like,
Actually, it doesn't say
that's-
black people. There's a different word.
You
there.
start reading, I'm like, that explains a lot with my grandma now.
I thought Grandma was just being cute, but no,
Ash
she
here, if
really
you hate
fucking
niggas.
hated the
It's
black
like,
guys.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
She's like, we got you one of these, but Matthew's fine with it.
Joke, bro.
5 minutes later,
We've
like,
already-
oh, these are cool, right?
We've discussed it with Matthew. He can only be like half mad.
No. I don't just say N-word because all that does is make you say it in your head, and you're the bad guy.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Asshole.
You can say it. It's a word. It's just super derogatory. Like kike, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
You hear that, but nobody says it, so it's like it's such a stupid word. It's
That's
like-
one of those. Yeah, that's one of those words. Like you get the certain ones. You get nigger, you get kike, you get chink. Those
Yeah.
ones, like nobody, like
Way to run
was
them out
willing
there.
to say.
Like
All
I've
right.
said them a million times before.
This episode has got very explicit. Be sure to throw that on the tag.
This episode is brought to you by racism.
Throw that on there.
Jeez.
No, I'm not using those words.
Yeah,
That's
it's not-
derogatory.
you
You guys
That's
not hear
not
Blue Money in the background?
I'm with you.
They're just
Because
words.
I'm just saying it,
you
yeah.
give them the power.
You still just can't say them to say them. But
It's so
when
bad
you
when he
just
said
say,
to give him the power. I just thought like, you got the power.
but when you do say like the N word, literally just saying the N word, you're making everybody else
Yeah,
say
it was like, what is the? Oh, you asshole!
I'm like, oh, you just nickel and dime me.
There's none of those specific words for white people though.
Cracker.
You notice that? No, but cracker isn't that bad. Cracker's nothing.
Nah,
Do you know what
Give a
cracker
shit about
means?
Cracker? Yeah, I understand. It's about
Well, because I had to explain
whip.
it to you guys.
yeah, I understand but as a white person, I don't get that offended if a black person or a
No, I get
Hispanic
offended though.
person or anybody else
I'll
called
say
me
this:
a
if
cracker.
if
or a gringo or
if an African American man calls me a cracker, I'm like, fuck you! I don't know how to use a whip.
you're like, do I look like Indiana fucking Jones to you?
I'm like, I wish I could be Indiana Jones and run through relics.
Oh, jeez. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It got awkward.
I like how I'm the one that didn't use any of the terms, and Matthew's like, yeah, Steve, you know.
No, I've been concentrating on the music in the background.
Matt's like, yo, your white friends were pretty fucked up, Steven. That's bullshit. You need to get them.
Hey,
in
I
check.
have an excuse. I'm Irish.
I'm Irish too.
Damn it.
I'm Irish and Scottish. I'm black.
I'm Canadian, so nobody takes anything I say seriously.
I've always wished I was black. I'd be
Yours
a
was
cool
your-
black guy. But instead,
can
I'm
see
just
that.
a wigger white guy. Like it's
You're not. Oh my god, I had.
What could be worse? Like, what am I? I got Irish, German, Polish, French. The only way I found out I was French is when I got into a fight and said, "Don't hit me," and I gave up right away. I love that fucking joke. I use that all the time.
I'm laughing at your response. You're like, you're like reaching for me. Oh, jeez. That's good. Fuck, my eyes watered up. Oh, shit.
it was funny, but it was stupid. It was a stupid joke. I loved it.
I've never used that on stage though, which is great.
Oh, man.
Kid tested, Kevin approved.
Oh, shit.
Shit is right.
All right, gentlemen.
Indeed.
Well, Kevin, that was a good story, man.
No, it's not.
It's a horrible
good
story,
story.
but thank you for sharing.
Oh, it was a fucking stellar story.
I've got, you know what? That's my worst one as a person. I've got way more shitting stories that it's like.
Like I shit a lot in a lot of places. That was just the worst place I shit.
But this is the fucked up thing. In my act, when I do an hour, it's like 12 to 15 minutes of material of shitting, and it's so cheap to do, and I hate it, but it's my life.
I took a shit on the side of the house once.
Do tell.
When I was a
Okay.
little kid.
Oh, come on!
come
I'm
on
talking
now.
about adult man shit.
No, man. Hey, I'm a very clean person. I like to take care of myself.
All right, look. When I was a kid, check this out. I was in camp.
You just brush over
Day
my
camp.
shit.
Day camp.
Shit, kids will
Yeah,
fucking
shit
shit
on the side of
anywhere.
a house. Ugh.
Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, and I have a key to my house, and my parents weren't home.
So you just went on your neighbor's house?
Well, I didn't know this neighbor.
Nah, who does? You're a
But
kid.
you didn't go in your own house, right?
Eh,
Did you
Boom.
shit on the wall?
No, I just shit.
Projectile?
I shit in the gravel.
All right. Yeah, dog.
Like a
could've done
dog.
that.
Yeah.
So like they cleaned it up.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
you
man,
know,
this dog
dude,
looks like poop.
you know somebody's gonna come over and be like, "This isn't dog." This like, come on.
This coil.
I'm an adult.
This coil's counterclockwise. All dog shit coils clockwise. I'm a detective. I know these things.
Dude, listen. I was a kid at camp, day camp, and it was the last little portion, like the last hour of whatever the camp was. And I was like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom pretty bad. So I went and I told the counselor or whatever for that room that we were doing. It was like filled with racetracks with cars.
I think they're called
that you-
rapists.
No,
Oh,
stop.
counselors.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
But it like the room was filled with all these racetracks. You put cars on and you race.
Eric
It
has
it
a
was
dark
cool.
story.
So I was like, dude, I gotta go to the bathroom. And he was like, fine, go. I was like, I'm like 5 years old. I don't know. Okay, I'll just go. Well, the bathroom was across the whole camp. So I was running because I had to shit And halfway, literally mid-court in the basketball court outside, which was halfway from the room I was in to the bathroom, I shit my pants.
No.
But I shit solid. It was hard solid, right?
Dang, man.
And I was wearing tighty whities, so it was snug in there. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do.
This kind of shit
'Cause
that tries to get back in.
Yeah, but I'm a little kid,
fuck
so I'm like,
that.
I don't know what to do. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go back to the room that I was at with Camp because they're going to make fun of me if I don't come back soon. So I went, and for the last 20 minutes, I sat in there with shit in my pants, sticking out like a tail in my, like, I looked ridiculous. I was standing around, like, kind of putting my back up against the wall-ish so nobody could see. But then everybody around the table with the track was like, dude, it smells like poo in here. And I was like, yeah, it totally does.
You're like,
It's
yeah, what is that?
It's probably Sean. That guy, he shits his pants all the
fucking
time.
guy.
Sean.
No, dude, it was me.
It's not me.
Yeah, so then camp's over. My mom comes pick me up, and I like waddle to her car. I put my hands behind my back so hopefully nobody can see.
like, "Oh, my
and
little
my mom's like, "How was camp?" And I was like, "It was shitty." and I'm like, I can't even sit down right. I have to lay on my hip the whole way home because I shit my pants like 30 minutes ago. And she was like, "You're weird. Like there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you."
It's like, I do not want to claim you.
Dude,
I
these
do
are
not want to
memories.
acknowledge.
Kevin's all like, if there was just a girl I could blame this on,
You know
it
what?
would be.
I'm surprised my parents didn't block me from Twitter first. You know what? That's what it boils down to.
Shit. Damn. Well,
Silence.
Silence is golden.
fucking shit talk, man. Let me tell you that much.
I know. We usually
There's
do
a lot
cock
of-
talk, but
There's
now it's
a
shit
lot
talk.
of poop talk. Yeah, it's a lot of.
And that happens to me. I'm so sorry for the listeners, man. I don't.
You know what? No, it's.
I
you
see
know
You know
what?
what?
doing this
We've
for the
offended.
podcast.
We've offended zero because
I read a book one time. And what I learned is that everybody poops. Okay, everybody. It's something that we all do.
That's true.
It's dead on.
Me more than others.
I poop a lot too. I have it timed down to a science though. I literally
Wish.
I have it timed down to where I almost always get paid to poop. And I love this because like literally like I have it like 8:30, boom. You want to talk to me on the phone? Call me at 8:30. I guarantee you I'll answer because I'll be on the shitter, sitting there probably playing.
You answer the phone while you're shitting?
You talk to people while you're on the shit?
Yeah, fucking yeah.
No way, man.
Hell yeah.
That's my
Who
personal.
cares?
That's my personal time, man.
No, if
that's me
somebody
checking
calls-
social
I don't
media.
make calls.
That's me fucking playing trivia crack. That's
Yeah,
me, you know.
yeah.
That's me checking out my
Yo, is
I'll play my
news affiliates.
I'll play my fourth home
ESPN.
run, and I'll play my Hearthstone in
Dude,
there.
I am not
But if
talking to anybody.
If somebody calls, I will answer.
What are you
I
doing?
don't make calls.
Aw, man, you
I
know.
don't make calls during
But
that
you
time.
answer?
I will answer.
Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
No.
In a public restroom.
No, it's at work, so it's a single. So
Not
there's
only
nobody
that-
else in there. It's
I
a
feel
single.
like that's even worse.
It's private.
Single in a public restroom is weird.
It's a private.
I was in Chicago, and I had to shit, and everywhere I go, I have to shit. That's what it boils down to. ladies and
Everywhere I
gentlemen.
go,
But I was in Chicago,
need to shit.
and I did. I had to go to the bathroom, and there was no place to go where I was except for the Starbucks. So I ran into Starbucks, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go here. First of all, I went to this bowling alley, which was next door, and they were cleaning or something, and it was the worst bowling alley ever in the world. I wasn't in Southside Chicago, but it fucking looked like it. So I should have gotten the fuck out. And I did. So I went to the Starbucks next door. The men's bathroom was out of order. So I was like, fuck it, dude, I can't wait. I'm going in the women's bathroom. Here's something else you need to know about me. When I shit, it's not a quick one. Ever.
No. I'm
Ever.
good 10 to 15 minutes
Dude,
minimum.
easily. I go till my legs fall asleep. So
I've done that.
I'm doing that, and there's knocks on the doors, and I'm like, shit, I'm in the women's bathroom. How do I tell people to go away? I'm a man. So I did that. I did the high voice. I was like, someone's in here. and then I heard keys and shit. I'm like, someone's in here! Yelling like this little high school bitch. I destroyed the bathroom. And then I opened the door sweating, you know when you have those? Like it was close, man.
I've been there.
I'm
I've been
sweating.
there.
And I'm just like, yeah, the bathroom's all yours, everybody. And the girl working there was like, you have to be a customer to have used the bathroom. And I'm like, look, it's
I was a
done
customer,
deal.
hence why I had to go into the fucking
I
bathroom.
made coffee in that toilet. Leave me alone.
You guys can get at least 2 or 3 cups out of that.
Dude, horrible experience, man. It's one thing.
Give me one of those boxes of fucking mints. I need it.
Or you're like, can I get a free water?
Yeah. Should I get a cup of water, please? No, don't give me that
man,
bottled shit.
I've got so many bad experiences, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Most of them involving poop, I'm assuming.
Yo, always.
Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, it's one of those things. Everybody does it, but you never want to.
Yeah,
when
you
you're
know, when I
anywhere
do-
other than home. You really want to do it
when I
when
do
you're
talk
home.
about it on stage. The way I kind of get into it with people is I say, like, you know, driving home. Like Matt didn't respond to it because he apparently has never had that problem. But when you do, you're driving home and trying to make it
I hate
before
that
you
shit.
shit. People relate to that because, like, oh, I've been there.
Oh, yeah.
Not Matt, but you know, he's checking his phone for music anyways at this point.
Anyway, yeah.
I've been there. I just get off the freeway and go somewhere and
Stupid, man. Don't
Really? No, fuck
Go
that.
for it, man.
I get
Go
my ass home.
See if you can make it home. It's a game. It's a fucking game.
Achievement unlocked.
Hell, goddamn, yeah! It's when you get the tidy whities with the flap in the front and the back when you unlock that. That's what's
Get
up.
the long john pajamas at the prospectors. I gotta get home and take a shit because there's go.
fuck it, I'm gonna do it right now.
Is there like a
Don't get
specific age
I'd
at
be the
which you're
worst
supposed to
mascot
stop
ever.
wearing the tidy whities?
Just shitting in the back of it.
Yeah.
There's no way I can make it with getting the thing off of me.
Well, congratulations to the sun. Oh god, what smells like shit?
Oh. And that happened. So,
Well,
I think we're about ready to call it for this evening.
Calling it.
Kevin,
remember,
thank
kids,
you so much for coming
I
on.
can't-
Tell people where they can find you online and whatnot.
First of all, I can't thank you guys enough, man. I
no,
love
thank you.
hanging out with you guys, coming in to do this. It's the best. I think it's like my 3rd or 4th time, and every time is more fun than the last, which I can't believe because I always have, honestly, a great time with y'all. Follow me on Twitter at I am Kevin Elliot, and check for show dates. I post stuff on there. What I'm doing around town. If you're in fucking Tennessee, I told Renford and I were going through my dates. I'm there.
You're in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga.
I think the 16th and 17th. I'm pretty sure that's right. This month, 16th and 17th.
Wow.
In Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then kind of doing a thing around there for a little while. Tennessee, Virginia, Alabama, and then I canceled Miami, which sucks. It's like the best city of the tour, and I had to cancel it to get back into town to see my son's game. Promise I'd never miss a game.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, and everybody in Phoenix, man, Stand Up Scottsdale is where I typically am, House of Comedy. But just follow me on Twitter at I am Kevin Elliot, and that's where you'll get all my show dates and stuff.
Right. And
But
don't forget to follow.
Thank you guys.
Don't forget to check out Kevin's show right here on the 4-Eyed Radio Network. That's Appropriately Inappropriate. It airs almost every Sunday here right on the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can check it out on Facebook.com/appinpod or
With
just
Nance.
search for
We love you, Nance.
Love you,
Appropriately
Nancy.
Inappropriate. Yeah, Nancy couldn't make it tonight.
Nancy wants to come on. Her, like, if you can get her on.
Just
next
her by
couple weeks.
herself?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I don't know
sure. We'll
about
do that.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nancy, of course you're welcome. That's what gets me is like I'll invite people who are normally together, like on a podcast or something like that, and I'll invite them together,
Yeah.
and both of them will be like, "Oh, I don't know if I can make it, but are you going to be okay if just this person?" Like both of them are always like, "Oh, are you going to want me just by myself?" I'm like, "No, seriously, we want any of you to come on and promote."
Nancy's fun.
I was gonna say,
So yeah, we will definitely have Nancy.
if we invite
by
you on the
herself.
podcast, you're more than welcome to come. Whether your counterpoint part is there or not, point. God, fuck, I'm drunk.
Point, counterpoint.
Counterpart is there or not, we're still gonna accept you.
Yeah.
Though, stay tuned for the after show because we are gonna gang rape Kevin. So
It's a thing that happens. But that would have happened with Nancy here anyway. She would have just joined in.
hey, she had the strap on. So
Don't forget to check us out at our website at sociallyawkwardstudios.com. We're also at 4eyedradio.com. We're on Facebook. We're on the Twitters. We're on Spreaker, iTunes, Stitcher, Zune Marketplace, BlackBerry Podcast Directory. We're on the Blueberry Podcast Directory. We're on the Miro Guide, Double Twist,
the end of a
YouTube,
car
Swell Radio,
commercial.
SoundCloud, and Player.fm. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Revenge Lover Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit revengelover.com. Also, don't forget to visit our websites and check out that Amazon link. Takes you to Amazon. You can buy anything you want. Doesn't cost you a dime more, but we get a little bit of a kickback to keep the lights on here at the Socially Awkward Studios. So thanks for listening, and until next time, folks, why don't you just go ahead and...
Bye, guys.
Oh, you need a tap. That's ass. Ooh-ah.
The words are coming at you, they don't go deep. The wind is just bouncing off the wall. Up in the blue sky, there's a cloud that looks just like a dancing deer.